23, and it's Friday. My name is Marquise Harris Dawson, President Pro Tem of the Los Angeles City Council. Public comment today will be taken both in person and in the council chamber and via teleconference for today. Madam Clerk,
hello everyone.
Please get started by calling the roll.
What's up, Yessie?
Blumenfeld, De Leon, Harris Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Krikorian, Lee, McCosker, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky.
Happy Jimmy.
10 members
Happy
present
Friday,
and a
Jimmy.
quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. Our first order of business.
Approval of the minutes of June 21st, 2023.
Hey, Alex.
Councilmember Blumenfield
Mike,
moves.
LS,
Councilmember
Tiff,
Hernandez seconds. Next.
Matthew, Sal.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Councilmember McCosker moves. Councilmember Soto Martinez seconds. Next.
Mr. President, there is a request to continue item 30 to August 15th, 2023, and to continue item 58 to Wednesday, June 28th.
Excellent. Without objection, that'll be the order. Next.
Items 1
Morning,
through
Andrew.
47 are items noticed for
Nebraska.
public hearing.
Donna.
Item 30 has been continued to August 15th.
VR?
Items 48 through 51 are items for which public
What's up,
hearings
Sal?
have been held. The
Salvador?
Neighborhoods and Community Enrichment Committee report
Hi,
has
hello.
been submitted for item 51 and posted to council file number 23-0588.
I guess.
Items 52 to
Oh, they
through
got a new
57 are items
fucking
for which public hearings
speaker,
have not been
cover.
held. Item 58
New
is a
mic
closed
cover,
session
huh?
item for which a public hearing has
The other
not
one
been
probably
held,
smelled
and
like
this item
shit.
has been
She
continued to
demanded they
Wednesday,
change
June
it.
28th. Item 59 is a closed session item considered by the Budget, Finance, and Innovation Committee. 10 votes are required for consideration.
All right, without objection, those items are now before us. Do members have any items they would like to call special? Mr. McCosker.
I actually wanted just to announce and
Hi,
advise
Godfather.
that on item 44, I have a
James.
potential conflict of interest. I live
Terry.
within close proximity of that property. I
Hi,
will step
Catherine.
out and not participate in that vote. And on item 48, I have an amendment that the city attorney can read into the record.
All right.
Yes. So for item 48, the motion is that the item be amended to 1, instruct the Department of Transportation to assess the nearby impacts of ongoing and future projects, construction activity, and road closures on the effectiveness of the traffic.
Are we tardy?
calming
No,
measures
they just started.
and safety improvements on Anaheim Street between Figueroa Street and Henry Ford Avenue. This assessment should include the projects listed below. Vincent Thomas Bridge Deck Replacement Project, Alameda Street widening from Anaheim Street to Pacific Coast Highway, Alameda Street widening from
Alameda?
Henry Bridges
It's Alameda,
Anaheim Street,
homeboy.
and Anaheim Street widening
You
from
figure you'd know. You're the
Farragut
city attorney,
Avenue
but
to the Dominguez Channel.
whatever.
All right. Is there a
There's
second?
an Alameda Street in almost every town in this
Mr.
country.
Lee?
Mr. Lee,
All right,
thank
Mr.
you.
Lee seconds. All right, others, specials, members? Mr. Blumenfield.
One just for to bring her up for comment.
Excellent. 51 for comments.
Yeah, they got a bunch
Others?
of kids in there. They want to hurry up and get them out of there so they don't have to hear Mr. Herman,
All right.
and Mr. Sachs, and the rest.
Where does that, which items are we now
They don't wanna scare the kids
available
away.
for us to consider?
Mom, they took us
The
over
council
there.
may now
This
vote on
guy was
items
wearing a
49 through
swastika,
50 and
screaming
separately
bad
as well for item
names.
59 if there are no questions.
What?
All right. Please open the rolls on those items.
Where did they take
Mr.
you?
President, for item 59,
City Hall?
we should have the clerk read in the settlement amount.
I already see
Thank you.
homeboy
For
with
item
his
number
fist up.
59
The
in
guys you think, oh, Mr. Sachs is there too. I see Mr. Sachs got his yarmulke on this morning. Fuck yeah. I see both of them. I don't see Mr. Herman right just yet. It's packed in there though, man. It's hard to see. A lot
For
of
item number
motherfuckers in there.
59, in the case regarding pending litigation involving Ticketmaster LLC, there is a request to refund the overpayment of $880,865 plus interest.
Yeah,
The
Ticketmaster's
council is now
owing
able to vote
almost
on
$1
items
million.
49, 50, and 59.
Sounds
All
like
right.
Ticketmaster.
Open the roll on those
Pieces
items.
of shits.
Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
10 eyes.
10 eyes, no nose with 10 eyes.
Presentations. All right. Now we'll move to special
Yeah, those
presentations.
Ticketmaster,
We'll begin
Live
our
Nation, they blow, dude.
presentations By
They suck.
turning the podium over to Mr. Soto
I can assure
of
you,
council.
most bands hate them. They just have to work with them because they're monsters in the game. So you have to shut up. You just have to do you. because Live Nation and those kinds of places own lots of different
Thank you
venues.
so much, Council President.
Oh.
I would like to invite all
gotta
the
be a
folks
good
who will
little
be
boy and
speaking
girl.
at this presentation to please come up
And not say nothing.
stand beside me.
Look at Mr. Sachs with his yarmulke right behind him. Mr. Sachs is right there. Yeah, look at him. He's looking fucking extra fresh today. Combed the hair all dope. Combed his hair all fresh today. Put the yarmulke on. I'm loving it, son. Like McDonald's. I'm loving
Before we
it.
start, I would like to invite everyone to please rise in the chamber.
Yeah, it looks
for
like
the
he just
playing of
woke
the
up.
Philippine
Like he was
national
sleeping
anthem.
out back. See if Mr. Sachs raises. Oh, he did stand up. Mr. Sachs did stand up. What do you mean not exactly fresh? He's, clean as a whistle. You know what I mean? That guy, if you could smell him, you'd smell Old Spice from here. Bro, what's going on here? In the Congo? Where we at? This Malaysia? No. Maybe. Hold on, that might be some copywritten shit, and I don't want it. Yeah, man, it's the Malaysian national anthem, and we can't have that. Live from Kuala Lumpur, Philippines. Yeah, they get you pretty good on this shit, man. So you got to be careful with the music. And it's just fucking YouTube. It's not anything else. Not Rumble. It's not Twitch. None of the other ones. You know, YouTube, I wish YouTube could seriously figure that out. It'd be better for all these DJs. It would be better for us because we could play whatever we wanted. And, yeah, man. Just sucks. But I understand why they do it. They do it because, they're the monster. They're going to go after them because they have the most money. They're 10 times the size of Rumble, 100 times the size of Rumble, 10 times the size of fucking Twitter, or Twitch. So, makes sense. All right. Back live with the Filipino festivities.
I'm proud to be joined by many Filipino city employees, dignitaries, and guests as we recognize the 125th anniversary of Philippine Independence. Now, when I think about Independence Days, I think about the sense of self-reliance, liberation, and pride that one feels about their country. It really gets to the core of personal identity, and it's great to be able to celebrate that here today. Filipinos are the largest and fastest growing AAPI population in the state, and in the city of Los Angeles is home to the largest number of Filipinos outside of the Philippines, anywhere in the world. So it's really important for us to recognize this momentous anniversary, especially since Historic Filipino Town is in CD 13. Since I took office last year, I've had the pleasure to work with so many incredible community organizations in my district in Historic Filipino Town and beyond. And we want to continue to creating that space for multi-generational Filipinos and Filipino Americans to build community and nurture a collective identity. I'm so proud to be joined by many community leaders here today. Our first speaker actually became the first Philippine American LADWP commissioner, and now she serves as a commissioner on the Board of Public Works. You know her, you love her. I'm pleased
Miss
to
Young
introduce
Philippines?
Susana Reyes.
Magandang umaga. Good morning, council members, esteemed guests, community members, and fellow Angelinos. It is an honor to greet you today as we come together to celebrate the 125th anniversary of Philippine Independence Day in the vibrant city of Los Angeles. I also want to recognize
Rumble's
the
on.
presence of Janelle Para, who is the president of our LA Filipino American Association of City Employees, representing almost 6,000 Philam employees here
Rumble-
in the city
yeah,
of
Rumble's
Los
on right now.
Angeles. Also with us, we have Trinity Forliente, who is the president of FACLA. Trinity, would you like to stand up? FACLA is the Filipino American Community of Los Angeles. And we have Cora Oriel, the president of Asian Journal. Cora, please stand up. These two ladies are the organizers for the Philippine Independence Day Parade that we will be having on Sunday, June 25th in historic Filipino town. And we also have the honor of having Vice Consul Ralph Veloria, the Vice Consul of Philippine Consulate, over here with us today.
Go wherever you want,
And of
Adam. That's
course,
why I
we
have several
our
different choices.
Controller.
You go where you want.
Kenneth Mejia. So proud of him. Actually, I know his family. My kids grew up with him. So here you go. Thank you, Kenneth. Today, we gather to commemorate the Philippines' rich history and cultural heritage and recognize the Filipino community's profound impact in shaping our city's diverse fabric. We pay tribute to the resilience and determination of the Filipino people who fought for their independence 125 years ago, and we honor the sacrifices made by those who paved the way for a free and democratic Philippines and carry their legacy in our hearts. By celebrating Philippine Independence Day, we inspire future generations to embrace their heritage, strengthen their identity, and contribute to the fabric of our great city. Los Angeles takes pride in its cultural diversity, and the Filipino community holds a special place in our multicultural heritage.
There you go.
We celebrate the richness of Filipino culture, including its traditions, art, music, dance, cuisine, and the unique contributions of Filipinos to the entertainment industry, sports, academia, and beyond. Celebrating the 125th anniversary of Philippine Independence Day is a powerful reminder of the deep and enduring bonds between the Philippines and the city of Los Angeles. It provides an occasion to reaffirm our commitment to fostering strong bilateral relations both economically and culturally. We acknowledge and appreciate the significant economic contributions of the Filipino community in Los Angeles, which has helped drive our city's growth and prosperity. This 125th celebration of Philippine Independence Day offers that platform for
Turbo.
meaningful community engagement around and within the city of Los Angeles, encouraging participation from all segments of society. May this celebration catalyze greater intercultural understanding, collaboration, and solidarity among all our communities residing in our city. Let us continue to celebrate that richness and diversity, that tapestry, that connective tissue that connects us all. Mabuhay, and thank you for having us here today.
Mabuhay.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. Our next speaker is a history maker in his own right. Last year, he became the city's first Asian American
Herman?
to hold citywide office and the first Filipino American to hold any elected office in the city of Los Angeles. I'm proud to welcome our city controller, Kenneth Mejia.
Mabuhay. Mabuhay means welcome, greetings, or long live. My name is Kenneth Mejia, he, him, and I'm our city controller, the city's auditor, accountant, and paymaster. I am also the first Filipino elected official in the city of Los Angeles. By the way, the city controller's office has close to 30% of Filipinos. And as Councilmember Soto Martinez said, the Los Angeles region has the largest concentration of Filipinos outside of the Philippines. Thank you to Councilmember Soto Martinez for making space for our Filipino community and celebrating the 125th anniversary of Philippines Independence Day. Thank you to Commissioner Susana Reyes, Philippine Vice Consul Veloria, Janelle Parra, the Los Angeles Filipinos Association of City Employees, or LaFace, and all our Filipino city employees for being present for this special occasion. This year's theme is...
Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as being shadow banned in the chat. Okay? If you're banned because you did something bad. Or you're having a browser issue. Try going into that room with a separate browser. If you're using Google Chrome, try Firefox. You try Firefox, try Google Chrome or something else. Safari. Try that. I guarantee you'll see the words typing in your chat room.
And myself could exist and thrive. It is with this freedom and future that they fought, struggled, and died for that we always remember and honor them with history. It is because it is because of this that the people of the Philippines, our fellow kababayan, are a proud.
Thank you
and
so much, Willie, for the
resilient
nice
people.
dono.
We have an
Thanks, Willie.
indomitable spirit, persevering through life's challenges. Just like my mother from Pangasinan, who moved to Los Angeles when she first came to California, specifically historic Filipino town in Hi-Fi. She was a registered nurse and a single mother who raised 4 of us, the youngest being the troublemaker and now the city controller of the second largest city in America. She worked day and night just to take care of us and to put us through school, because if you're Filipino, you know that education is really, really important. She wanted us to have a good future and for us to do the same for future generations to come. Make the world better than we left it. In a sense, I believe that many of us here today can relate to this. This fight for better, this fight against systems of inequality.
Remember, sometimes
inequity,
people get
and
nervous,
oppression.
they laugh.
That is why, as public
It's like a
servants,
nervous twitch.
we
Or
must
tick.
do the same, just like those
Like
before
Mr.
us.
Sachs back there.
Happy 125th Philippines Independence Day. Mabuhay ang Filipino. Thank you.
You know, he may not be someone who speaks in public all the time, and sometimes you notice that guy Andrew, the guy, is always going like
Thank you so much,
this.
Mr. Controller. Next, I'd
Watch
like to
him. He'll
welcome
talk
from
and then he'll go like
Council
this when he gets
Philippines,
frustrated.
Vice
This is a
Consul
tick.
Ralph Jacob
This is
Veloria.
for him to get used to talking and to get through it. So when he goes like this, it's probably the same as him laughing or smiling. You know, a lot of times they're just not used to speaking in front of folks.
Good morning, everyone. Magandang umaga po. On behalf of the Consul General, Edgar B. Badaos, we are honored to be invited to witness this special occasion. The Philippine Consulate in LA caters to the largest number of
I don't think
Filipinos
he's
overseas.
autistic.
And this
I
month,
think he just
as we continue
nervous.
to commemorate 125 years of Philippine independence and nationhood, we not only celebrate the many liberties that Filipinos all over the world get to enjoy today, we also honor the great sacrifices made by our ancestors in pursuit of self-determination. However, it bears mentioning that our yearly commemoration of this important historical milestone is also an annual reminder of our collective responsibility as Filipinos to remain vigilant in order to ensure that our people will continue to reap the benefits and the
Kenneth?
dividends of our noble past struggles, and of course our hard-earned democracy. I therefore hope, as we continue to commemorate this occasion with great pride and joy as always, that our passion for our country will continue to inspire actions that give back, not just to the Filipino-American community here in the United States, but also to our kababayans back in the Philippines. Rest assured that the Philippine Consulate General will continue to provide support for the benefit of the community as always. Thank you po. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay po kayong lahat.
Thank you so much, Mr. Veloria. So at this moment, we're going to present the resolution and give the floor to Ms. Parra to speak. But on behalf of the City of Los Angeles and its residents, I'm pleased to present to you all a copy of this resolution that was adopted by the City of Los Angeles.
No, I've never seen that guy speak before ever. Sky, never seen him in this chambers. Never seen that dude speak. Not one time. The one who just spoke, the one who's on the left. Never, not one time. First time I've seen his face.
Thank you so much. And in closing,
Remember, he's
I'd
a
like
city
to
controller.
introduce
He's
the president of
not
the Los
on the
Angeles
horseshoe.
Filipino Association
Not a
of City
councilman.
Employees, Janelle Parra, to say a few words.
Thank you, Council Member Hugo Soto Martinez, President Kerkorian, and Council members for this resolution
Who the hell's
and for the opportunity to celebrate the Philippine Independence Day here at the City Council chambers today with all of you. Special thanks to Nick Barnes Batista of CD13. If not for him, this would not be possible today. Approximately 125 years ago, on June 12, 1898, the Philippines achieved
Upgrade.
its independence, also
Calamity
known
Girl?
as Calayan, as
Good morning.
our city controller said, from Spain. From
Top
that
is
day
dope.
on,
Man,
we
I just
became
noticed
our
that
own
thing.
nation and established our own government system.
Shoulders are all puffed out.
As we commemorate that
Shit
day
looks weird.
today, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the Filipinos here today and showcase a part of the Filipino culture. As I mention your name, stand tall and be recognized. Los Angeles Filipino Association City Employees Officers, Vice President Ellen Linaa.
You'll find out, mean. We got too much to do to sit here and fucking babysit
Lolita
every word that
Mejia.
comes out of everybody's mouth.
And Rael Lasso.
Telling you. You'll see.
Corresponding Secretary Marisa
Weren't you
Rapp.
here when I told you when I hooked up my printer, my thermal printer to print out fucking, address stamps? Okay? Went on to Google Chrome. Push the address stamp. Won't work. I go on Firefox, do the same fucking thing. Works like a charm. You tell me why. Doing the same thing, same action, same place. Two different browsers, and one works, one doesn't.
Polido,
And that's legit real.
President of the Filipino American Community of Los Angeles.
Some browsers
Trinity
just don't work
Foliente.
with some sites the way they're supposed to.
Cora Oriel of the Asian Journal.
Trust me, I would have never known. It was
And
Jeremy that figured it out. Jeremy's
I
like,
didn't
let's
see
just
her,
try
but,
another browser this
Retiree
way.
officer of the La
Fucking
Face,
worked.
Lindy Granados.
I wasn't smart enough to figure it out. It was Jeremy.
Thank you. You made it. And of course, Vice Consul Villario.
Yeah,
And
do it
everybody
now.
else
Mean.
here, Filipino
You're going to be
Americans.
surprised. You'll see.
Thank you for coming. I would like to end this by spotlighting a part of culture.
Josh,
our
a little
Philippine
bit of it,
culture,
not
the
much.
Filipiniana fashion. Here with us today is the Los Angeles-based
Microsoft Edge
Filipino
is the worst.
costume
It is,
and
Jim.
fashion designer
It is.
Carl Andrada, who has brought some of his Filipiniana creations upon my invitation. Carl is an advocate of the Philippine fashion and culture.
It's like Karl
He
Lagerfeld
uses
of the Philippines.
different Philippine fabrics to bring the Philippine fashion into the mainstream. His models today are 3 of the official candidates for the Miss Filipina International.
Dude, she's a foot taller than him.
Santos,
Hold on.
Kaylin Tan Kiamco,
Now you. Hold on. Now you.
and Brooke Barredo. All wearing Musa Filipiniana made of Musa fabric.
They all have
a
those
banana
same
hand-woven
shoulders.
by the Filipinos from Davao.
Is that shoulder thing a
Following
thing?
are reigning queens of the
This
Miss
thing.
Philippines USA,
That
led by
part.
Miss Philippine USA Alisa Redondo, escorted by Luke Abelita. Miss Young Philippines Madison Habaluyas and Luella Abelita, Miss Philippines USA Ambassador.
Yeah, it reminds me of shoulder pads kind of back in the day, like the 80s shoulder pads, but like in a different way.
Once again, thank you for being here today in support of the cultural diversity. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay.
Mabuhay. Charles, they are honoring these folks, the Filipino folks that came in today. I don't know if there's any more people today that are going to be honored. It looks like on the left side, there is another group there on the left side that is different. So, yeah. They'll
Thank
honor
you so
this group
much,
and the
Mr.
next.
Soto Martinez, our Commissioner Reyes, our City Controller Mejia, the
Why you over here
Council
digging in
at
front of your
Filipino
nose?
Employees Association.
Get up out your
we now
nose,
have
dog.
A
It's your
second
tissue.
presentation for this morning. I'll ask Council Member Tracy Park and Council President Paul Krikorian to convene at the podium.
I did, people watcher.
Mr. Krikorian is staying at his desk.
I got the cheaper one though. I didn't buy the expensive one. Expensive one is $1,400. I didn't want to spend that much, so I got an Epson, which was $300 with the tax. Big difference. It's a little slower, you know. I've noticed one thing that it does. You know, it gets hot and it leaves like line marks after a while, so you have to only use it for a certain amount of time, let it cool. then go back to it kind of thing. But it doesn't matter anyways. You're not going to be sitting there just scanning thousands of cards without putting them up. It doesn't make sense to do it that way. You'll get confused. So you might as well just stop at a couple hundred and,
All right.
put them up. Let that thing cool down.
Thank you, Council President Pro Tem. We have come together this morning to acknowledge June as Gun Violence Prevention Month. Every day, more than 300 people are directly impacted by gun violence in the United States. So far in 2023, 14,000 people in the United States have died from gun violence.
How many were saved?
We are only halfway into this year, and we have already had over 300 mass shootings in the United States.
Sure you did. How
Right
many were the
here
fake
in the
ones?
City of Los Angeles,
How many fakes?
534 people have been the victims of shootings. I have the unfortunate distinction of sharing a birthday with the Sandy Hook shooting, a tragic incident that claimed the lives of 26 individuals, including 20 children who were sitting in their desks at school when their lives were taken from them. The impact of that devastating event will always haunt me. The loss of innocent lives, especially those of young children, is a heartbreaking reminder of the urgent need to prevent senseless acts of violence. Gun violence prevention advocates and organizations nationwide have taken up the color orange as the color of gun violence awareness. I would like to introduce our council president, who really needs no introduction
Just gaslighting
at all.
baloney.
And I personally want to thank him for his leadership on the issue of gun violence, and I'd like to ask Council President Krikorian to say a few words.
What do I mean by fake ones? This is what I mean by fake ones. Let's pretend there's 3 real shootings and lots of people died. We're being hypothetical here. 3 real shootings, lots of people died. Then all of a sudden I tell you about 5 more, and all the other ones happen to be false. Which you got to know that some of these are fake, right? That you get this call of this shooter here and they're not there, right? It happens every fucking day. So next thing you know, we go on and on and on, and next thing you know, I give you 2 real ones, 10 fake ones, 1 real one, 6 fake ones. Next thing you know, we're down the line, we got 7 real ones, but we got 27 fake ones. So it makes it seem like there's a lot of shootings going on when there really isn't as many as they're making it seem to be.
Of leadership in helping
making a
to
mountain
stop gun
out of a
violence
molehill
in Los Angeles. So let's recognize women against gun violence.
And funny enough as it is, they're never here. These women against gun violence, the parents against gun violence, the old folks against gun violence, they're never there. Every day when you see the shootings in the streets, every day there's a young kid shot. Every motherfucking day in South LA. Don't see them there ever. Why don't those people count? Because they're not shot by a white guy or a cop.
Of women against gun violence. It was my great honor to serve on the advisory board from the beginning. And I also want to recognize the work of former council members Mike Fewer.
And I think from every time they tell you, well, there was 7,000 people shot and killed this year, they should tell you how many were saved by guns too. So you get a real perspective of what's going on. How many people were saved by somebody with a gun? From the asshole with the gun.
Others followed after that because of the work of Women Against Gun Violence and working so closely with this city council. We enacted the first.
That's a group of gaslighters. It should be gaslighters against guns.
The first assault weapons ban, and then the state followed, and the nation followed. Sadly, didn't continue. But there are so
should be
many
GLAG. Gaslighters against guns.
That began right here in this.
Should call themselves GLAG.
Thanks to the work of Women Against Gun Violence that have spread throughout our country and that have been the models for other cities and states around the country. And
no, it's still the first one. I'm babysitting. I'm just watching the chat and what's
has
going on.
saved countless lives. But in addition, Women Against Gun Violence has played such
I get
a
that.
vital role in
There was the
helping
Juneteenth
protect
shooting.
the lives
How come nobody's talking about that on the Juneteenth? 19 people shot, 1 dead.
So many of the families are here. People that
shooting at each other.
I've known
That
for
doesn't
many years,
matter.
and
If that was white
Their
kids shooting at a
stories
bunch of
are,
black kids,
all
it
sorts
would
of
matter.
stories that,
It would BLM matter.
that everyone
Get you a
should
mansion
listen
matter.
about the impact of gun violence. But also by sharing those stories with others and with one another, they have found a community of
But if it's
support
people of
and
color
of
shooting
love
each other,
that has
it
been,
doesn't
and I
matter.
don't want to speak for the
They don't
families, but I
matter,
think
and
it's
it
safe
doesn't
to
matter.
say,
Their
that
life
has
did not
really
matter.
been
Remember that.
instrumental in helping them
That's what they're
feel
telling you.
empowered,
Because if they
to
did
feel
matter, why don't they
supported,
get out there and tell you
feel
so?
that the losses that they've suffered.
How come there isn't $100 million lawsuit every time another dude shoots another dude? How come when the guy got shot by the idiot that was high on drugs got shot by the LAPD? Remember, he got tased and then he died? Remember that guy? Remember that dude? Yeah, they just filed a $100 million lawsuit. His family did. Why? 100 million, huh? That's what you need? Perfect kid. Awesome. High on drugs. Good.
Others.
Yeah,
helping
he was
them
a
get through
church
the
choir
greatest time
going
of
kid.
crisis in their entire life. So I also just want to again recognize some of the additional work that we've done. I mentioned a few of the
As fuck,
time examples.
Blaine.
But this council also enacted, working with women against.
Yes, he's got a better
gun
suit on
violence,
today, but I still don't like his
a
tie.
ban on large
Matches
capacity
the little
magazines.
thing,
This council
the ribbon,
enacted the one of the most
Tie's ugly.
effective safe storage ordinances
Just doesn't
in
match.
the entire country.
That's all.
That led to
Like you wear that with a
modeled
brown
by so
suit.
many others.
That goes with a brown
And
suit, I
most
think.
recently,
And who the fuck
in
wears brown suits?
2021, we enacted the ban on ghost guns, which again is a scourge of
Think it's
this
hideous,
country.
Tony?
For those who don't know, there are corporations that
I mean, the suit's
there are
nice.
arms dealers
Just needs like
in this
a
country,
blue tie.
corporations
Light blue
that
or something.
intentionally manufacture
Soft blue? I don't know.
components of firearms that are not serialized, that have no
That's not no
serial
men's
number
warehouse.
on them.
Remember, he's buying it on our dime. That fool's going getting a nice tailored
only
suit.
Purpose for
That ain't men's
doing
warehouse.
that is to help violent criminals
No way.
avoid accountability and to be able to use ghost guns to commit mayhem in our communities and avoid being held accountable by law enforcement. And thankfully, we've enacted a ban here on ghost gun components.
And that's going to
we're
stop
making
everything.
progress
Thankfully,
nationally
what
to
we've
make
done
sure
is
that,
stopped it all.
the federal government as well actually takes on this problem. So for all
Too
of those
funny.
reasons, I just want to express our profound gratitude as a council and as the representatives of the people of Los Angeles to each and every one of you for your extraordinary leadership for 30 years. as we
30
recognize
years
an
of just
incredible
cocking
history
around and doing and
and
getting
record of
nothing done
accomplishment.
except for
Thank
coming
you
out
all
and
very
complaining.
much.
30 years of complaining and
Thank
getting
you,
nothing
Council
done. Let's hear it for him.
President. And I just want to thank you again for your leadership on gun violence here in the city of Los Angeles, and say again what an absolute honor it is for me personally to be standing
Absolute honor here.
with the volunteers and staff of Women Against Gun Violence as they celebrate their 30th anniversary.
I want to see women against gun violence when the next person shot in South LA. Bet they don't show up. Bet they motherfucking don't
and to
even show
create
up.
Educational programs to prevent violence have really helped.
LAPD
in making
shoots one of
our
them. Oh, boy, they're gonna be there
much
quick.
safer. We've provided support,
Get 'em.
comfort, and
Get 'em.
assistance to victims and survivors and their loved ones. And at the end of the day, our votes are our voices, and that's why Women Against Gun Violence partners with the League of Women Voters.
I haven't seen it. I
to
told
train
you, wise guy. I haven't
volunteers
watched
to
it.
register first-time voters who are more likely to support sensible gun safety policies. With that, I would like to play a short video highlighting some of the incredible work done by Women Against Gun Violence.
Anybody heard of Women Against Gun Violence? Anybody in this room? Yes or no, please. Before today, have you heard of it? Because I have not. Never heard of these ladies. Not a goddamn thing out of them. Oh, for sure they're Democrat voters. Republican voters don't come into this fucking room. They know they're not wanted. There's not one yes so far. There's about 10 no's. About 20 no's now. Oh, there's a yep. Susie says yep. Really, Susie? Where you see these folks at? Were they on The View or something? I can see them on The View. Man, I'm telling you, Suze, you're the only one. It's crazy. Entire one in this. Not that there's a whole lot watching right now. There's only 809 in all the rooms. So, but still.
I also have the distinct honor and privilege this morning of presenting a resolution on behalf of the City of Los
They're not
Angeles,
new group.
recognizing
I've been
the
around for 30
significant
years,
work
Kent.
of,
30.
Women Against Gun Violence and its leaders for their 30 years of dedication and tenacity, and to reaffirm the strong support of the Los Angeles City Council in your mission of preventing gun violence here in Los Angeles and across the nation. And so here to accept this award today.
Because gun violence is at such a low and all that, we need to be over here wasting our time giving them. Like, for what? What is this commendation for? For just speaking out against it? Well, fuck, if that's the point, well, fuck, I need about 7 of those. I speak out against everything you motherfuckers do. I should have 10 of those against my wall right back here. With the nice calligraphy and everything. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Oh my God, Stacy Cigar Bollinger has a King's hat on. No way. Shout out to Kings. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. I love it, man. You gotta love the Kings, baby. Gotta love them Kings. I didn't know she was a Kings fan. I'd rather hear Cartman than her.
In recognition of Gun Violence Awareness Month. We are very grateful. I'm Lauren Lieb, the chair of the Board of Directors of Women Against Gun Violence. I'm pleased to be accompanied today by several of our board members and supporters and our fearless founder, Ann Rice Lane.
I mean, really, what have you ladies really gotten done? Truly, what have you gotten
The
done?
women and men of Women Against Gun Violence and you
In
have taken
30 years,
action
3
in
decades.
local communities to prevent gun violence. Together,
You're not
with gun
preventing
violence
any gun
survivors,
violence.
We've
Stop
created thoughtful programming to encourage safe gun storage, financial divestment, suicide prevention, and domestic violence prevention.
Shit's a joke.
Together, with you as our partner, we have advocated for strong and impactful ordinances that have worked their way throughout California and throughout the nation. Together, we and the Los Angeles City Council have served as a role model for the gun violence prevention movement. We have led the way on requiring locking devices to be sold with all handguns, requiring firearm dealers to keep records of ammunition sales, requiring background checks of firearm dealer employees, prohibiting the possession of high-capacity magazines, requiring gun owners to keep their guns locked up at home,
As liberal as you get.
requiring gun sellers to post suicide prevention information. These policies.
She's the kind of
all
lady I
began
hope
as
that the
local
Civil War
ordinances
pops off, and I want to
now
see her defend
California
herself.
state law.
Well, wait, put the gun down. I've prevented violence for 30 years. You better not shoot me.
Here. You will see on the orange enamel pin that
And it's funny, I see a lady of her age in
engraved
Texas
acknowledging
pull out a
gun violence
44 and
prevention,
fucking
engraved
smoke
with
you
the
coming
words
into their
"It
house.
starts." That means it starts here with me.
Same
It
age.
starts here with each of us.
Same
as
looking kind of lady.
individuals. And it starts here.
One got
in the
guts.
Los Angeles City
One ain't a
Council
commie.
chamber.
One is. One has no
Can
guts.
and
One
will
is a
make
commie.
difference because it
Let you figure
starts
out which
here
one is which.
with our collective actions and deeds. We know some of you very well, and some of you we're just getting to know. We're not the shiny penny is just one of the ways our executive
No, you're a
director
dull
described-
fucking dime that's been
described
sitting in the
against gun
gutter.
violence. I also like to quote our friend and former city attorney, Mike Fuhr, who has called us the real deal. We're not flashy. Instead,
No
we
shit.
quietly and with knowledge and expertise that comes with decades of experience, do the hard work that gets things done. We're looking forward to our continued work together, getting things done, to help keep the city of Los Angeles, the state of California, and our nation safe from gun violence. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Again, we
just
really
like your master's assault rifle band. That shit did real good too.
Thank you so much. And as we conclude our presentation this afternoon,
Thankfully,
I
you're
just wanted to
concluding.
note again that we will be lighting City Hall in orange in
Oh, there's
honor of
400
Gun
more for us
Violence
to
Awareness
spend
Month and the
to
30th
light it up orange
anniversary
tonight? Why
of
not?
Women Against Gun Violence, and we'll be lighting City Hall this evening, Friday.
What's my eBay?
and Sunday
Hold on.
evening as well. So thank you very much. Have a good one.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Park. And
What a
thank you
fucking
to
joke.
Women Against
Enough
Gun
with the
Violence.
grandstanding. All right, click on the link tree right there. People watcher, the one I just put in the chat
All
room.
right. We'll now
And go all the way to the bottom.
Public comment.
LA
In-person
sports
public
cards
comment.
all the
I'll,
way at the bottom.
Call off your names, and as I
Says
call out
eBay
your
right
names,
there.
if you could line up. All right. I'll call your names and you'll line up on the sides.
Full smoking.
After
Looks
the
stoned. Look
clerk
at him.
and the city attorney reads the instructions for public comment.
Barely opened his eyes. Full stoned as hell right now.
Thank you. As indicated on the agenda, members of the public
Wanna
wishing to
call?
offer public
Guys can
comment
call.
should
Here we go.
669-254-5252 and use meeting ID
Caller?
160
How does my vagina look?
8466 and press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated
Caller?
Zoom voice will ask
Does
you
it
to
smell?
press star 6 to unmute. Let me repeat, call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and press pound. Then
Hopefully
press
you had a
pound
good
again
birthday
when
shows.
prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into
Caller,
the meeting, press star
put your
9 to
finger in
request to
there.
speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Thank you.
To members of the public calling in or in the chamber, when it's your turn to
See, who needs the
please
voice-
state
who
which
needs to
agenda
record
items
it?
you'd
I
like
could
to
just
speak
do it
on.
myself.
You have 1 minute per item to speak, up to 3 minutes total.
It's got to get
And
my
if you wish,
ear.
1 minute
It's got to
for
hear it
general
real
public
good.
comment.
My ear will get it.
Speak to the items before
Caller,
beginning
speak up.
general public comment. We'll tell you when your time's up. When you're speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many.
The whole
speakers
point,
as we
Grid, it
can.
grows
If
you
you're not
out.
on topic, or if we can't tell whether you're on.
Even
topic,
he got a new
you'll get
look.
one
They
brief
gave him a new
summary
cover. Who
minutes.
spent all the money? Let me
At that
guess. It
point,
was
you get immediately
$550,000
clearly on
for
topic.
2 new mic
If you
covers.
don't or you against stray off topic, you'll
Let me guess.
speak
I go
time,
down to
we'll move on to the
fucking
next
Guitar
speaker.
Center and go
The
get me
items that are
3
open
for
public
$5.
comment today are items
I want to know what
1
you
through
guys
48
paid for them,
and
or what
52
we had
through
to pay for
57.
them.
So that's 1 through 48 and 52 through 57.
Guaranteed.
Item 58 was continued until.
And why the bright ass lemon? Looks like
you
a
are, of
lemon
course,
sitting
free to
on there.
speak about
Could you get a
any of the
black
other
one?
items or anything else within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city during general.
Get out of
public
here.
comment.
Yeah, Best Buy
For
yellow.
members
You
of the
couldn't
public
get a
calling
black
in,
one like everybody
if you're
else in the
told when it's
world,
your
like
turn to
this
speak, an
one?
automated Zoom voice will prompt you
I,
to press star
me,
6 to
broke
unmute
guy could
yourself.
afford it.
If you don't do so,
All they do is, you
council
know what it
staff
is?
will prompt
All
you
the
once
money, the
more,
grift
typically
money
by
goes to
reading
their
off the last
pockets.
4 digits
Not
of
even
the
a
phone
little
number.
bit for a mic
At that
cover.
point, you really need to press star 6 right away, or we'll move on to the next speaker. Finally, we understand for people dialing in that you may be
Easily
listening,
600
to
each.
the meeting on multiple devices like Channel 35 or YouTube, but there's a brief time delay between the
Bag
live
of
meeting and
tens,
the
$4.
broadcast, so 2 things are important. First, when it's your turn to speak,
Guarantee you they didn't
please
pay
turn down the
$4 for
volume on
those.
the other devices
No
right
way.
away because of the time delay and feedback. If you were listening on the other devices, it causes a huge amount of confusion. Secondly, while you're waiting for your turn to speak, please keep one ear to the phone. We want you to hear in real time when it's your turn to press star 6. If you're
Why
only
doesn't this
listening
guy
on the other
record
devices
himself?
because of
You
the
guys
time
know
delay,
I
you may
could
not hear
record him and
quickly
just
enough,
push
and
play.
you could get passed
If
over.
he was smart,
With that,
he would
Mr.
just do
President,
that
we
and
are
just
ready to
do
take public
boop,
comment in the chamber.
and then hang out, have coffee, you know, eat a Danish.
All right.
And not
we
have
will
to do
call
that
off
every
a few
morning.
names at a time, and you'll be asked to line up. When you get to the podium, we ask you to say your name and the items you wish to speak on.
Ari Cohen, Candido, and Arnold Sachs.
Oh, Arnold Sachs coming up quick.
It's usually easiest if you come to
Arnold
your
Candido,
left
I think, is
side. Sergeants will
is
let you
homeboy that holds his hand up, his arm up. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, look, is that Mr. Herman with his fingers up? Look, double fit. Look in the green. Somebody's going like that with their. It looks like Mr. Herman to me.
And we do have a hand.
Wearing a mask with a double fucking.
to the podium.
Double fuck yous. Oh, great. We got some old ladies
So if
rolling
your
in
name
here,
was
too.
called, please come around to the
More
aisle to your
folks.
left.
Mr. 50 Guns. Here we go,
And
guys.
It doesn't matter the exact order you're in as long as your name was called. Hi, Mr. Mars. Which items had you signed up for today?
Oh, that's not Mr. Herman. That's a chick.
Okay. So you have, 3 minutes for items 1 through 48. And
I'll
just so
see
you know,
Mr.
1 through
Herman.
47 are the liens, and 48 was
Don't
the
mean he's
one
not
for
there,
which I
though.
read out the amendment, and then 52 through 57. So please begin, and then you have a minute for
No, Mr. Sachs is not the goat guy.
To all my Filipino
That's Mr. Sachs
brothers
right
and
here.
sisters, congratulations, and this is for someone who worked with Primo Sumugase out in the valley to form the first Knights Columbus that was Filipino. You folks are more patriotic than a lot of people in this country, so thank you. In regards to the liens, I've been watching the lien situation in this city for many, many years, and it's funny that all this process, if you go to your councilman or
Thank you,
somebody
Jim.
you like or somebody you know, most of the time you folks will waive that. Those fees should be waived all the times.
Oh, man.
It's just a situation
Dude,
where I think that corruption
what the
sits,
fuck?
and
That's
it's-
not Mr. Herman.
It's not right for the city, and it's not right for this country. So please take a look at those liens, and let's be kind to our brothers and sisters and see if we can maybe work something out there. And I just quickly have to talk about my brothers, the truckers are here today. I apologize that our city hasn't done a better job to support you, to make sure that we don't appreciate what you folks have done for us. You folks have done so many wonderful things for us. This city runs because of people like you, so thank you. Public comment, Mr.
All right,
if I
we'll
may.
reset. Go ahead.
All right.
We'll
I just
reset.
last week, if you weren't here, there was a situation here in the crowd, and these two wonderful female officers. Normally, the male officers would come up and they would, try to make it settle down. But this one female officer came up behind the two gentlemen, and she placed her hands on the two gentlemen that were arguing, and it was beautiful. It was like everything was good. And so I want to thank those two female officers for being here. And, we need more female officers, because many times I think that the female officers, not that we're taking away from you men officers, but a lot of times they could settle a lot of the situations that become hostile. And so let's get some more female officers into our police department. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. 50 Guns. Really quick, did you get rid of any of the 50 guns that you had when you said you were part of the problem? I bet you didn't get rid of
Hello,
one
Mr.
of them.
Sachs.
Not
When
one.
you get to the podium, would you please let us know which items?
Arnold Sachs!
Good morning. I signed up
my
for
hero.
almost all the 1 through 48,
all right.
52, 54, and 56, 57 in public comment.
Fantastic.
Maybe
So
it
you
is
have 3
Herman. I
minutes
don't
for
know.
all the
It's hard to
items you
tell.
read
It doesn't
out,
look
and
like
then
him,
you have
though.
1 minute for general after that. So
Swastika
please go ahead.
does.
An amazing coincidence. The items 1 through 48, they're all lien items, but there is no more REAP program. What happened to the rent escrow program that used to be available? It's not here anymore. There are no hearings. It's really pretty interesting. I'm reading from one of them. It says, pursuant to LAMC and or LAAC. It's that slash right there. So essentially, if you have a lien against you, you essentially have to file 2 court papers.
Two.
One for the LAMC, which is the administrative code, and one for the municipal code. Because if you don't file 2 court papers, then you're going to get your ass screwed, because they'll come over the top and say, well, you didn't file 2. So what happened to the REAP program? And why is everything arbitration now? There are no more extensions available. How can you go to court and get an extension on a court case when they're not available anymore? It's all arbitration. When did the system change? What happened to the judges that would hear these claims? What happened to the city personnel that would help people discuss these REAP programs? They're no longer here. Why are they no longer having hearings anymore? What happened, Mr. City Attorney? Cat got your tongue? Well,
it's true.
Item 52 refers to the lyrics. I thought that was the communication system that was created by the county sheriff's department and the fire department. This is something different. What is this consortium about? Who's involved in this? Why is the city paying for county imaging when the city should have its own imaging? 54, gun violence. You've done a great job of increasing the amount of guns on the streets. It's become more violent. It's the drug capital of the West Coast. Los Angeles has become the drug capital of the West Coast. That's pretty stupid. It's the pot. It's the drugs. It's the speed. It's the crack. It's the fentanyl. It's everywhere. You can get it any place. It's the black web. All you need to do is go on your phone and contact the black web. It's the apps. It's everywhere. Why don't you try and do something about the cartridges or the clips? Limit the clips.
Magazines.
Nobody's doing a goddamn thing.
You can go on to general, Mr.
What the fuck is going on? General comment. Yesterday was a great meeting. They had an oversight committee meeting. It's actually pretty fascinating. They had a whole bunch of people here. They talked about ULA. What the hell is ULA? They even voted for ULA. It's United to House LA. Is it LA or La? Why did they vote for ULA and not United to House LA? L period A. It's an oversight committee. So you have Citizens Oversight Committee, you have United to House LA, you have ULA, and you have the Housing Department. That's 4 different departments. Each one of those people are getting paid. How did they vote? Did they use this voting system that's got this R on it? The VAP with the R? What is this R all about?
Thank you, Mr. Sachs.
What is this R all about?
As the next speaker is coming up, can Ari Cohen, Dr. Truth Bay, A.
Is it
Gravener,
LA?
and Stacey Segarra Bullinger please come
Is
up?
it LA or is it law? What is it? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Hi.
Keep your fist up, everybody.
You signed up under and what you want to speak on, please.
Just real quick, can you just let me know which ones are available for public comment?
Sure. It's items 1
Sure.
through 48 and 52
Sure,
through 57.
48's
Sure.
available?
48 is available.
48's available.
There's an amendment.
Just gonna speak on
That's
it.
what I read off.
Gotcha. So I was doing all available items. Oh, I signed up under Ari Cohen, but they call me Jersey Boy out there in LA.
Ari Cohen.
And all available items and public comment. Can you restart my time, please?
We'll restart it. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. So items 1 through 47 are all liens on property. It's kind of a shame that we penalize the dwindling homeowners and small homeowners and mom and pops and all that stuff, and we penalize them. And I know you guys say that you give them a lot of chances, but I see empty businesses around LA, and I don't think there's a rush to get those filled with mom and pop businesses. It's just a rush to get them sold off to developers. So maybe we should take it easy on the homeowners. Item 52.
Good luck with that.
$750,000 for to go to the county to contract a private company called Dewberry to manage data and basically take pictures from the sky if they're even doing that. That's ridiculous. Item 53 is $400 to turn on some lights. Item 54 is $400 for Gun Awareness Month, which is really funny. I implore everybody to look up Leland Yee. And he went to federal prison for about 5 years for gun running, and he was a champion of gun control trying to get this law passed. So keep in mind, a lot of the people that want to champion these gun laws are actually running guns.
Maybe the old ladies are running guns.
It was shoulder-mounted rockets, machine guns, automatic weapons, and he finished doing 5 years, I think, in 2021. California state representative. They just want to disarm the population, which I don't agree with. I think the public deserves to have their Second Amendment rights.
They want your guns. I keep
And
telling you.
Gun violence awareness should include police shootings and state-sanctioned gun violence, not just every time people have a bad day in the public and you criminalize us like we're terrorists. item 55 is $400 from the black people of LA to spit in their face and do nothing other than virtue signal. You guys should split
Great.
the cost of lighting up City Hall between your pockets, considering we already pay to line your pockets anyway.
True.
So maybe not charge us twice to light up the city. Item 56, let's make sure we use this money to acquire the already built vacant housing and stop build, and get out the pockets of developers. We don't need to select a consultant for item 57. Is this still my item time? Or
Excuse me?
is this still my item time, or am I on
Yes,
public?
it's
Okay.
your item time.
Thank you. Item 57, we don't need to select a consultant, an outside consultant, to tell us whether or not we can use city-owned property to build 100% affordable housing. All they're going to do is tell us, no, you can build 10% affordable housing there, and the other 90% gets to be market rate. Or maybe, depending on who's in charge of that report, they're going to feed whatever information they want, instead of just saying, hey, this is owned by the city. There's a supposed housing emergency. Maybe we should just use it for 100% affordable housing if we're not going to just use it for free for the people and not actually charge them. I would think if it was a housing emergency, supposedly, you would use what's available ASAP for the people that need it and not charge them out the pocket when they already pay your taxes. 10 seconds, let's talk about the items. I want to know, like, is that $400 for the lighting for all weekend, or is that per day? Because I don't understand the consistency there. Public comment.
I'm not going to answer that.
For public comment,
give you more way to
it's
ridicule
a shame
them.
how little respect and courtesy and goodwill is present here from city council members towards the public.
Thank you,
Celebrate
Lonnie.
Paul Koretz when he ended his last day saying "fuck you" to the public, and all of you guys clapped along with him. Is pretty gross. You guys aren't even paying attention now on your phones. You guys sit up and speak. You guys speak during public comment, and the public is
boogers on the wall, baby.
They're not having it.
Boogers on the wall.
It's a shame that you guys still won't listen. And so the people that Leland Yee probably got those guns are probably some freedom-loving people, and they're done with this bullshit. And I don't think necessarily those people were all that bad. I think they criminalized them because they were Muslim instead of being gun-toting Christians in Encino or Jews in Studio City. Instead, they were Muslims, and that's why that gun-running situation was bad. But you never want guns for the poor people, working-class people. You only want guns for the white homeowners, business owners, which just shows your prejudice.
Thank you.
Well, they want to get everybody's guns, and that's why I keep telling you. That's why they bump up and ramp up all the fake shootings. Make it seem like you need to turn your shit in. The world's just turning bad, and there's shootings every 2 seconds. Oh, under or over.
53, 54, 55.
Under or over.
So you have 3 minutes for the items, followed by a minute for general. Please begin.
All right, so 53 through 55 are lighting up City Hall for various things. Lighting up City Hall for Juneteenth while you have Kevin De Leon sitting in the chamber. Lighting up City Hall for Juneteenth while, the city still, city attorney and such is still, trying to get people prosecuted and sending them to prisons where they're forced to work for very minimum wages. Lucky that they even pay them anything, but so this city's got a lot of work to do before you can really not be hypocritical.
Watch his hands.
You also lining up City Hall for gun violence, and we agree, it's, tragic that people are getting shot in these mass shootings. Are you also going to light up City Hall for all the people that are shot by the LAPD every year? So it seems like you're putting so much effort in honoring these, but you never mention the people that the city kills every year. So we need to honor both here. All right, moving on to general comments.
Sure.
So for general public comment, we have a tweet from Marquise Harris Dawson from December 9th, that was the first day Kevin De Leon came back. He said, "Some people are ready to excuse Councilmember De Leon's behavior. I am not." This was right after he walked out of the chamber as he promised to do. He worked to break quorum. But today, Marquise, you're running the meeting while you have Kevin De Leon sitting in the chamber. Why is that? So it seems like you have now excused Councilmember De Leon's behavior. So, yeah. KDL needs to go. Most of you need to go. Did they even take you into custody yesterday, Nithya and Ugo, or was that just complete virtue signaling? Where you used your power to quickly get out while everyone else has to struggle to get out of
Thank
prison.
you.
19 ums, not bad. Not bad. I love the. You see how he does this all the time with his hand?
I'd like to speak on items 53, 54,
Go Kings.
55, 57,
Go.
and general public comment, please.
Excellent. So 3 minutes and then 1 minute. Please
Thank
go ahead.
you. 53 is a virtue signal for awareness of a health condition or disease. $400 isn't going to cure any disease, but what would be access to universal health care and removing profit incentive from the healthcare industry and making sure people have what they need to stay healthy. But that's not something we do. We just throw $400 and light something up. 54, gun violence. I'm sure Takar's Smith's family has, a lot of pain in their heart from the gun violence that their family has experienced at the hands of the LAPD. And I'm just disappointed, not surprised, but disappointed that no one mentioned the LAPD during the presentation we had this morning. We could talk about the McBride sisters, specifically Toni McBride, who posed on the front of Blue Press magazine. She's got a nickname, Two Shot. She's shot someone while on duty. So has her sister, Jacqueline, also shot someone on duty. They saw no repercussions. It just turns out their dad is on the LAPPL. That's some serious gun violence that we are virtue signaling about that's being perpetrated by the city that not one of you mentioned during that presentation. I'm looking at you, Nithya. 55. That's a joke considering we're all shamelessly serving alongside a racist, so we're going to sit up here and pretend like we care about anti-black racism, slavery. Like Andrew just said, referring to Marquise Harris Dawson's remarks about Kevin DeLeon back when that happened, a lot of you made big statements and grand gestures and turned out and walked out of a meeting when you showed up. Where's that energy? Abusers love to act like they're going to take accountability and then expect you to forget when they are doing the same abusive behavior that they've been doing. So number 57, I don't know why we have to pay a private consulting firm to point out a spot and go, sure, build it there. We have city engineers. We should have that expertise within the city, especially under an emergency when we're giving ourselves, better provisions to expedite these processes. Why are we paying upwards of $200,000 to a private consultant firm to just point somewhere and go, sure, why not that one? And is a private consulting firm ever going to advocate for 100% affordable housing? It seems like we're consistently turning to the industries that are profiting off of housing being unaffordable and asking them to help us, cooperate with us to solve this housing crisis, while never holding them accountable, never doing anything to remove the profit incentive from housing and ensuring that people can stay in their homes. I'll move on to general public comment.
Okay.
I have said that De Leon should resign immediately. His apparent lack of concern for the facts, he's unqualified to lead. I want the city I love so much to experience opportunities for renewal and joy. I have real faith in these opportunities, but we still don't have a resignation. It's a slap in the face of the residents who deserve to move on. We want him gone. I hope the people's call for resignation is heard so work can truly begin, but we still don't have a resignation. Nithya, if those words sounded familiar, that's because you wrote them.
Bro, that was so offbeat, so terrible. What is he doing back there? Mr. Sachs always does that.
While the
He's
next
got these
speaker is
bags of
coming up,
shit.
can we please have
And he just shuffles
Jose
shit around in the
Rodriguez,
bags,
Pinata,
standing in front of
Ricardo
everybody.
Martinez, and Samson
Like nobody's in
Chisholm
front of him
to
or
the
behind
left
him.
side. Your left side, please.
And he's tall as a giraffe. He's a big ass dude. He's sitting there shuffling. He's going to be fucking with those bags for 20 minutes, bet. He's going to take one paper, put it in that bag, take that paper, put it in the other bag.
Hello, speaker. If you please remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak on.
Hi, my name is Manuche Shirvache. I want to speak on item number 37.
Excuse me, which item number?
37.
37. Please go ahead.
On 4270 Chase Avenue. Basically, I'm requesting that you waive this lien for several reasons. One of them is that I have submitted a written objection to it, to the city, but I haven't heard back from them. Second, the date that's on the notice is wrong. And third, the reason that this inspection was done is a non-paying tenant used basically Department of Building and Safety to create a false court case in response to the unlawful detainer. Basically, the tenants didn't want to pay. They called the inspection.
He's Indian.
And because of the court case and
Or
COVID,
Pakistani.
it took me 3 years to get rid of the tenant and get access to the property to fix these items.
It would be
the
fun,
items have
people
been
watching.
fixed. DBS, Department of Building and Safety, doesn't have any issues with me anymore.
Yes,
but
guy.
I want basically request that this
We can give you
lien be
another
waived.
minute if you want. You have another minute if you want.
He is a landlord.
That's good. Okay.
He's fighting
All right,
a tenant
thank you.
problem in the city.
Hi, speaker.
They may have put his
if you
pro-
remind
his
us of
property
the
in
name you
REAP.
signed up under and what you want to speak on.
Samson Maimon regarding 11151 Blick Street.
Okay. Do you happen to know offhand what agenda item number that is?
Agenda item number. This is regarding a plan, regarding building something.
Yeah, he sat down
Could you
finally.
Just give us the address one more time.
Can somebody help me here? Permit
Yeah. Give me the address one more
On
time.
Blix.
11151 Blick Street.
It's number 10. So
Yeah,
we'll set the
number-
clock for a minute. You can have a minute of general too if you want.
Okay.
After that. So please begin.
So they said that I don't have a permit for the recreation room, and I looked at the record, I have the permit, and I have everything settled the way it's supposed to be. I spoke to
White
Robert
runts, Al.
Menasian. I went to his office and we cleared everything, and we're gonna build up an ADU instead of the recreation room. So we're gonna have a permit in a couple of days. So I'm asking to waive the lien on the property, and I'm gonna send all the information regarding this case.
Chris, you need to Google his name and just put
that's
tapes at the end of it. Kevin
I
DeLeon
don't think
tapes.
I have,
Then tell me why they
I
call him
don't
a
understand
racist.
why they put a lien on the property, but they could have looked up on the records and see that everything that we did with a permit.
You can have a minute of general if you.
I'll see you in about 20 minutes, my friend, because it's about
Yeah,
that long.
So that's basically, an inspector was there with me and said that everything is okay, and now then I'm getting this letter that I owe $2,500. I have the fees that I paid, I have the records, I have everything, and I don't understand. Plus, they send the letters, they send to a wrong address instead of to my address. That's about it. What I'm looking for is some kind of an extension until we can prove this case. I don't know who is dealing with that.
I don't know who's dealing with that. Who? Joshua? I mean, I don't know. Again, I never look at THC level.
We'll,
It makes no
ask
difference to me. But
someone from
15 to
staff to speak to you on the
25%-ish, somewhere in that range.
From Council District 4. To your right.
I have never looked at THC level ever in my life at anything. I'd rather just smoke it and see what's going on. Because trust me, I ain't smoking no shit weed. So I don't care what the level is. I want to see how it reacts with me.
All available items and public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for items
It's like going to a bar. Do you go into a bar and ask for the strongest shit? No, you get what you like, even though it's not the strongest shit.
And then a minute.
Right?
So please
Even though you could drink something stronger, fuck you up even
okay,
more,
so I'm just gonna
you
highlight
still
a
drink
couple
what you
of
like,
items here,
right?
37, 44, 10, and 41. Mr. Manusher from 4270, Evelyn Jones, 467 North Walker, Sampson, who just spoke, 1115 West Blix, Ricardo Martinez in District 14. These addresses were taken by so-called liens because you are penalizing the owners for something that you should have fixed, whether it's an appropriation or it's a street. We need to stop. You have over 40 liens right now for these properties. And these owners are hardworking owners. And you have building and safety, poverty pimping them. So you got Victor Vega, who almost bullied Ms. Jones and Cheryl. And then you have the wrong date on top of that. Tuesday, June 23rd. Today is Friday. Friday, June 23rd. Can we get the date correct if you're putting liens on hardworking people? Shame. All right, so moving forward.
Be careful with the carts, Jordan. I don't trust
stand
people's carts.
On behalf of Loretta Marie Andrews, who actually was
Especially
looking for
$7.
housing in District
Excuse
8.
me, Dr. Truthbay. So the gentleman in the black on the aisle there, please stop shouting from the audience. You're disrupting the meeting. You may be required to leave.
Who
if you
is
don't
it?
Stop. Dr. Truthbay.
It's not one of the regulars.
Sorry about that.
They'd
Please
say,
continue.
Mr. Herman, shut up.
We'll give you 10 seconds at the end. Please continue.
Every second counts. Kenyatta Cole and the truckers that actually stood here that worked for their money as well is being canceled. The contract's being canceled. Why? Why? 132 years. And they pave the streets, they help our communities, and that you not only pay them minimum wage, you canceling contracts. These are hardworking men and women trying to feed their families. And while we elect you in these seats, you're using our tax money as your personal piggy bank to go home to your mini mansions. And half of you don't even listen, right? District 5 finds it hilarious. You know what I find hilarious? It's going to be a whole different governance. I'm running for homeless czar on a national level. The same position that we have for Gavin Newsom in 2019. That SPA 6 coalition, Allison Murray, right? That you honored, Shannon Murray. That removed black homeless czars so they don't have homeless accountability. Let me tell you something. I'm a descendant of slave, born and raised here. I write legislation and I indict politicians. So tell me, who's next? We're not playing any more games right now. Reparations is at hand. We're going to ask you for $5 million per descendant of slave and land. And you're going to restore these owners. Okay, Sherbach, Evelyn, Sampson, Ricardo Martinez, who definitely has been bullied by building and safety.
Old Sampson's ass.
These are your employees that are bullying these landowners and not doing the proper protocol. So when is enough enough? You guys got to know how to do what to do with our tax money. Enough is enough. And Tim McCosker, let's do a little better right now. Do I have 1 minute public comment?
Go ahead.
As I said before, I stand for Loretta Marie Andrews, who went to Adam Binyam's office a week before she was killed, February 1st, 2020, looking for housing. So while you give the Ethiopian community and everybody else that's not relative to homelessness, it's in shambles. So we have Latina Stevenson, who's going to speak. I have a 7-page document on how to house homeless people correctly. It's only 7 pages. And Ms. Ninthia Rahman, who did the right thing, that really tries to house the homeless, she doesn't know she has incompetent colleagues that don't know anything. You got to have a follow-up. $300 million with Karen Bass is atrocious, disappeared into thin air. You think you're not going to be held accountable? So let's house the homeless, let's pay our workers, let's not cancel contracts, let's not put liens on people that put you in them damn seats.
Yeah, by the time she sees that $5 million will be worth $4, so it don't matter. She'll be able to go get herself some.
All right, thank you.
A new backpack or something to carry all those papers.
Mr. Herman, which
Oh, it is Mr. Herman.
Which items had you
Thought it
signed
was
up
a
for, Mr.
girl.
Herman?
All items and non-agenda.
You have
public
3 minutes for items 1 through 48,
Show him.
52 through 57,
So
followed
you,
by the minute
you
general.
heard
Please
about
begin.
the abatements and the liens. All you have to do is come to Los Angeles and protest that they're unconstitutional. They violate your civil rights as American citizens, as renters, homeowners, and as far as I'm concerned,
Viewer
regarding
discretion is
items
advised.
24 through 32 regarding current price, you must eliminate any and all these issues here because, like I said, unconstitutional. Current price no longer represents 24 through 32. And that reason is because you choose to remove current price, who did an excellent job of ripping off the public. And then I go into 52 to 59 for the record.
Spindler just walked in, I think.
Let's look at LARIAC7. Fuck it. Let's look at the reason behind a financial policy
Oh, that's not him. Sorry.
that supposedly has a sufficient budget, but that jackass, pink-faced, petty dictator has proven there is no budget available to support the expenditures. 42 U.S.C. 1983, fuck the goat herder. And then I go into item 53, CDKL5, recognition, fuck that too. And then I go to item 54, guns. We all should have a gun. We should all have guns to protect ourselves from criminal enterprise Los Angeles with their slap and their fucking TROs, you fucking bitch cunts. I don't need a gun to protect myself. I got my mental health to deal with your fucking mental health, you fucking criminal element enterprise bullshit motherfuckers. And then I go to 55. Juneteenth, a holiday. That's why the family of four, the African American woman, can't get a home for her children and the safety behind it. Because you're taking time off to celebrate a fucked up holiday where a family struggles just to live in a nice, clean, social environment. Fuck your 20 seconds. Now my general public comment.
Okay.
So, the fucking collusion of our city attorney and the fucking collusion behind current price is an issue. Is an issue. And we need to defend that issue as American citizens, as taxpayers, and homeowners. And the reason behind that is
Mr. Herman, please.
we got people in their operator-owner vehicles, soon to be homeless, soon to be off the street, because the city attorney and that fucking price and this fucking government are in collusion to fucking bend us over and fuck us like we don't exist. Fuck you. Yeah. And so you best get your fucking dumbass, you fucking white politician attorney, because you're gonna be indicted soon for the signatures and all that false information you lied about current price, you white motherfucker. And I hope the bar
And he's
rubs
black.
grease up your ass.
Thank you, Mr. Herman.
That's the funny
Next
part is
speaker.
Curran's black. He
As
ain't
the
white.
next speaker is coming up,
Oh, he was angry.
I'd like to call Ricardo Martinez, Sherbache Manucher, Thomas.
Yeah, he had a
Reese, and
double
Anthony Rico.
swastika. He had the mask on
before you
and the sign.
So
The mask
I
on.
think it's Mr.
If you didn't
Kwong
notice, the mask
with
had a
his hand up
swastika on
in the
it
black
too.
shirt.
First
You've
time
been
that's why I
chirping
didn't
from
know
the
who it
audience
was.
the entire time, and I actually had difficulty hearing who was being called up to speak. Please stop speaking from the audience. You're disrupting the meeting.
Quiet,
At the
truckers.
Podium. Please remind us of the name you signed
What
up
an
under
asshole.
and on which items you'd like
Truckers
to
will
speak
whop
on.
you up. So
My name is Kenyatta Cole. Let's go with Juneteenth and also public comment.
Sure, you have a minute for each. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Is that weed?
Mr. Harris Dawson, my name is Kenyatta Cole, born and raised on 83rd and Figueroa in the 8th District.
Located where? On Figueroa.
I own and operate my own business now. I'm in the as-needed haul truck program, and we pave 90% of the streets of Los Angeles in this program. And because of the city attorney, AB 5,
We're over 100 of us are going to be losing our jobs, homeless. We've been in compliance with the city of Los Angeles with the air carbon footprint. We've purchased millions of dollars worth of equipment, $300,000 worth of equipment, and I also, and that's tied to our homes. So we're going to be homeless. We need you guys' help in order to get an extension, maybe a 1-year extension. We know the Board of Public Works support us, and we need you guys to support us so we don't be out of business on the streets. And also, you know, we can work within the law, AB 5. I contacted the Black Caucus, Chris Holden, Mike Gibson, Tina Kenner. So they're going to the state legislation to get something passed, and we just need some stability in order to pay our bills, in order to not be homeless, take care of our families while we work through AB 5 with the city attorneys, with President Garcia. I want to thank the Board of Public Works for working with us. You know, we need you. We need you. I'm glad to meet you, Mr. Harris Dawson. I came over there on 83rd in Vermont looking for you, but I guess you guys were kind of shut down. I met with Maxine on Monday, Juneteenth, and just real quick, she's in support. I know Rob Wright is going to be going also to the state legislation to help get this done. But we need some stability. We need time. 28 years, born and raised in the hood.
Thank you.
My business.
Thank you.
Thank you. We don't care. Shit, yeah. On to the next one we don't care about. Come on, sir. Get your 3 minutes in and get the fuck out of here.
Speaker, if you please remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak
41 and the last remarks.
on. Okay, sure. So you have a minute for each. Please go ahead.
Okay. First of all, my name is Ricardo Martinez. I'm literate, can't read or write. I have a learning disability. And, okay, I believe in 2013, I talked to the inspector. I paid fines. 2016, I went back, paid more fines. And he told me, and I mentioned it to him, that I couldn't read and write, to please call me. What's going on? I have a learning disability. I have mental issues. I'm not able to work. This property, the one I've been cited, it's a rental property. Another thing, the water and power, I had a tenant, and they didn't pay the bill, and they accused me as being a bad landlord to rent to a bad tenant, and they made me pay the $5,000 that they owed. I got a certified letter and everything. It's all corruption. Why should I be paying somebody else's water bill if I didn't get the credit?
Landlords always pay the water, buddy.
Right now,
always.
$10,000. They're charging me because the other tenant, they're squatting. I couldn't get them out. They called the city building thing, and now they're fining me $6,017.30. That's corruption. You can never get ahead because something always comes up. You know, you rent to tenants, and this tenant died. The mother tried to take out the power off, and she couldn't turn it off because she wasn't the guy or the person that signed the agreement on the thing. So she tried to take it off, and she didn't even talk to me because these people were hurting in my house. I spent over $3,000, about 8 months to get them out. Before that, they were living there because I was incarcerated for almost 10 months. So I never got no notice, and I mentioned it to the inspector that I couldn't read and write. And I just got this like 2 weeks ago on my house. Not even a certified letter, or nothing, nothing important I have to sign for. And then what kind of hearing is this? I thought this is court. How can you appeal something if you don't even have a right to appeal it?
Not court.
I'm being charged $6,000. That's ridiculous. I pay my taxes. My taxes keep on going up. I have the right to keep whatever I want in my house. on my property. If I have a car that I don't want to sell, if it's not registered, as long as it's in my property, they tell me I need to get it out. And another thing, okay, now I got 1 minute, right?
Yeah, can you give me the name of the property again, please?
He must be a new
property
landlord.
Is
He must be new.
3440 North Farnsworth Avenue.
Okay, so you have
zip code 90032.
Okay, so you have another minute. Please go ahead.
Okay, I have issue with our DMV records. I can't get no paperwork. What are you guys doing with people that can't learn and can't use the computer, learning disabilities? They don't help. You have to ask somebody else to help you fill out the paperwork. These guys are just, why you guys don't give assistance to handicapped people that like me, that can't read or write, have a learning disability. It's hard for me to get help. My kids don't want to help me. They have their own life.
Nice kids.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. And I'm paying taxes. Why can I get help filling out paperwork or requesting? Because I had to get my divorce papers, my records or whatever. I have to look through a computer. I spent all day there until somebody helped me. And I asked them to help me, and they told me no, they couldn't help me.
Thank you.
I mean, I feel sorry for the guy, too. He must be a new landlord because landlords always pay for the water. So if they use the water up, again, and they may have stayed there longer, like he's saying, and used up a ton of water and not paid rent because they were just squatting in a sense.
41 until
That's
July
the
5th,
ups and
please.
downs of being a landlord.
July 5.
That's
All right,
that's the
continue to
scene
July
that
5
everybody
without
that talks
objection.
shit about landlords never sees. Oh, the $6,000 water bill that they had to pay. Oh, those terrible landlords.
Remind us of the name you
So
signed up
yeah,
under
that's
and
the
which
flip
item
side.
you
That's
want
the
to
other
speak
side of the
Yes,
coin.
I'm here for a public comment. My name is Anelli Rico.
Poor guy.
Please go ahead. You have a minute.
My name is Anelli Rico, and I'm the proud wife of one of the truckers. My father, brother, and father-in-law are also part of the trucking program. I'm also here on behalf of the 93 other men and women that have proudly been servicing the streets of LA for over a century. The termination of this contract means so much for us. Let's start with the simple things: a roof over our head and food on our table. These truckers shoulder a significant responsibility in the economy. By terminating this program, you're contributing to the destruction of our LA streets. Their termination will lead to the rise of unemployment, homelessness, and not to mention mental health. We have complied with every single demand the city of LA has asked for us, from purchasing CARB-compliant equipment that are designed specifically for the repaving of our LA streets. All of us owe money on these clean air trucks, and without this job, we aren't able to afford the $3,000 to $5,000 monthly payments. The letter we received yesterday offering us employment was honestly the biggest insult of all the truckers. The city offered us $30 an hour. Do you think that is sufficient for the burdens that you have given to us? The city attorney
make that at
Jaime Soto is
McDonald's.
the only person that is making this difficult for us, and we want to know why. They deserve better.
Thank you.
I agree that if McDonald's making 30 an hour,
The
they
next
deserve
person
50.
is coming up, I'd like to call Sherbache Manucher, Thomas Reese, Art Soto, and Azar Petrosian.
Remind us of the name you signed up under and what
My
you want to
name
speak
is
on.
Manucher Shirbache. I'm speaking on number 37.
37.
Yes.
Okay.
And I already spoke about the request to dismiss the lien.
didn't you?
Oh,
And I
so
gave
you
the
already
reasons,
spoke.
So I don't know whether
Okay, so you've already spoken?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I remember that now. Okay, so we can't listen to you again because we have other speakers.
Yeah, what
I
the
know
fuck?
that
How's he getting
we're-
doubled up? How did he get in the line ahead of
We're
everybody
gonna go
else
for-
twice?
So thank you very much.
How'd that motherfucker do that? Shit, yeah. That's how you do it. Double up.
Please
Little
remind us
double
of the name
dipping.
you signed up under and what you want to speak on.
My name is Thomas Reese, item
Okay.
number 18.
Number 18.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead, and we'll reset the clock for you.
Los Angeles Building and Safety, I would like to contest the lien that they're putting on a property for $21,000 for a homeless encampment that I'm having problems in getting them off of the property. We've put trespassing signs, locks, gates, et cetera, and they keep coming back. And I just keep getting bills from the city of Los Angeles saying $21,000 lien.
Wow.
I need some help on that.
Wow. Wow.
That's it.
All because of your houseless neighbor.
Thank you. Somebody from CD8 will come.
You know, those
check with you
disgusting
to
vulture,
help us
drug
with
addict
this.
fucks living in tents out on the streets. Those are the people I'm referring to. 9 out of 10 are garbage. That's what I'm
Hey,
talking
Mr.
about.
G, which item
Cost
did you
that
sign up
poor
for
man
today?
21 grand who
General
works every day
public
for
comment.
his
Please go ahead.
property.
Floor is yours.
Good morning, council members.
Johnny G!
I want to thank Recreation and Parks for opening up the pools this summer. I think that people from all walks of life deserve to appreciate the facilities. I too was once a pool lifeguard, and I visited the Reseda pool this summer. As I was leaving the pool, I noticed the locker attendant was very warm. He said that I wish I had a better workspace. I told him that I would tell the city council if they can create a better workplace for him. I want all city employees, including the young locker attendant and the truck drivers, to have a better work environment.
Reads
Thank you
like
very
he's
much.
10.
Thank you, sir.
He reads like he's 10. He literally, that dude must be 50 years old, 50 some odd years old, and he reads like he's 10.
Hi.
The guy who had learning disabilities read better.
And what you want to speak on?
How you doing, Counselor?
Hi.
I actually did under Simi Park, of all people.
Okay.
I'm glad you're here as counsel.
I mean, go listen to a
This actually is
10-year-old
to your client,
on a
Mr.
TikTok
Bloomfield. A
talking
Simi
about
Park
the
that works
picture they drew.
For Bloomfield.
Same shit.
So I thought it was real smart to have her union contact me regarding documents that I'm submitting in a court file. My question is, why is she using Mr. Bloomfield's office to have her union trying to intimidate me? They don't realize where I'm barred at and so forth. That has to stop.
I doubt it, Minty.
Same thing with LAPD. When a complaint's made, it appears the police protectively gets a copy of the complaint to try to ask the complainant to attempt a mediation. You got to have these unions stop butting into HR issues to the public. If they need to go through the city attorney, that would be appropriate. But you got to have these unions stop trying to bully the public, and I'm probably the wrong person to do it to. Thank you very much, Council.
Oh, he always dressed to the nines. But just you go, for the ones who, I'm going to pause it for just 1 second. Here's Johnny G from Memorial Day. Same guy.
Johnny G, general public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Good morning, council members. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe. Hopefully, this weekend. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe. Hopefully, the movie Fast and Furious and Dodge commercials will not inspire someone to speed and take someone's life. It is so tragic that we have to fear that stupid movie like Fast and Furious and Dodge Hornet commercials, which can take someone's life. I pray that you're safe, and I'll see you next week.
That's right. Get rid of every Hellcat. Classic gold right there, Johnny G.
Remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak on.
Good morning, Councilman. My name is Carlos Sanchez, and I want to speak on the general public.
Sure. You have a minute. The floor is yours.
Okay. Good morning, council members. My name is Carlos Sanchez, and I am one of the 93 owner-operators of the As Needed Truck Hauler program that paves the city of Los Angeles. The city attorney, Ms. Hattie Soto, wants to terminate the 132 minority owner-operator business by June 30th because of the AB 5 law. However, we have sought legal counsel on the matter of the AB 5 law, and based on their advice and expertise, we have been informed that we fall under an exemption and are not subject to its provision. As independent small business owners, we possess our own motor carrier permit, federal ID numbers, insurance, and DIR. The contract of the As Needed Truck Haulers can be easily revised by reconstructed under the business name of each trucker and their federal ID number. If we are exempt, why does Ms. Soto wants to terminate this program? Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think he stutters. I've never heard him stutter. Just read slow. And he does dress to the nines, though. I'll give him that. I'm surprised he didn't wear his hat. He has like that zoot suit hat that he normally wears. Goes along with his
We're
suits.
ready for the next speaker, if anybody's lined up. I think we maybe need some more names.
Is that him right there with the hat on? I think it is. He's walking out. Look, he's got like a fedora on.
Azar Petrosian, Cheryl Guo, Christy Metropole, and Edward Gant, please.
I think that
All right,
was
so
him.
if your name was called, Please come over to
Normally
your
he's got a
left,
bigger hat than that.
And it doesn't matter what order
I
you
like
come
the other
in,
hat he
your
wears
name's
better.
called. Just come on up.
No
to the podium.
fedoras. Booger lady is there with all of her 17 kids.
Okay, so which one of you is going to be speaking?
I'm speaking for Azat Petrosa. He has a problem with the
Okay.
English.
All right, so what did you want to speak on?
Public comments.
Sure, you have a minute. Please go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, he's speaking on behalf of the Trucking Association, the truck contractors that are getting fired from the As Needed program. What he's trying to express is that we truckers are legal to work with the city under the law, AB 5 law, under 2776. We are trucking companies. And the city, for some reason, the city attorney's office, for some reason, sees us as a person, but we're trucking companies. We're completely legit under the AB 5 law. We're asking that the city attorney please speak with us to write a new contract that abides by the law. And I quote from the law that's signed by Governor Gavin Newsom. It says, existing law authorities and action for injunction relief to prevent misclassification of employees to be prosecuted against a putative employer by the Attorney General, City Attorney, and District Attorney. So the City Attorney is supposed to enforce the law and punish, but the City Attorney is refusing to write those truckers a new contract that abides by the law that they're supposed to enforce.
Thank you, and thank you both. Can you, by the way, remind us of the name you signed up under, just so we know?
Azat Petrosian.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
He don't look like Castro. At least not to me. An Armenian Castro.
Hi, if you please remind us of the name you signed
No, I don't
up
see
under
Mr.
and what you
Spindler.
speak on.
He might be on the phone.
Okay. This is my sister Evelyn Jones. We're here on behalf of our property in San Pedro 467 North Walker.
Okay, sorry, 1 second before you go on. Do you
Speak
happen
louder.
to know the agenda item number of this?
It's number 44.
44? Okay, so please go ahead.
How do you not know the agenda
We're
item? And
here
she does.
Because we keep getting notices from the city to pay the fees, and we've paid the fees. Thank you. We've paid the fees, and we have our copy of a receipt. We have a letter here that states that we should appear before the a notice of hearing to appear today at 10 o'clock in room 1010. When we went there at 10 o'clock, there was no one there. I've made several calls to the inspectors, then they don't return my calls. And when they do return my calls, they're very rude and uncooperative with me. So I'm here to state that my sister and I are here to confirm that we did pay these fees and not to put the lien on the property.
Sucks, man.
Thank you. We'll ask someone from Council District 15 to speak with you on this side of the room.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, LA sucks, man. It's all their way to scam more money off the mom and pop landlords, the ones that are struggling like that, not the big corporate landlords who pay them. The big corporate guys that can afford to pay them don't get no problems, don't have these problems because they get kickbacks. They kick these people back money under the table. The mom and pop like them
My name
that
is
struggle,
Christine Metropole, and I'm
fuck
the CEO
them.
of a
Where's your
local
21 grand
organization
that you
called
owe?
Stray Cat Alliance. It's, I think, 51.
Okay.
And I just wanted to applaud Mayor Bass for the appointment of Stacey Daines to General Manager of LA Animal Services. She is the most excellent choice on behalf of many in the humane community, shelters, volunteers. Many animals will be saved with increasing spay and neuter and adoptions, as well as public safety. So I wanted to put that on record. Thank you.
I don't think they don't do everything in their power to make sure you're shut down so their buddies at Wells Fargo and Bank of America can foreclose on your home because you're busy paying them for these frivolous bullshit. Then your shit gets foreclosed on. Then they probably get a kickback on that. Thanks, man. Thanks for putting so much pressure.
John Perez, and I'd like
There's
to
your
speak
cut.
on the general comments.
Okay.
City of Los Angeles need a truck program. I'm one of the persons who are a contractor. This is a 130-year program. You guys already heard it, and that has built the city of Los Angeles since 1890. The streets you guys walk on, you drive your cars on, the sidewalks, the bus passes, the trash that goes to the district yards. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Everything the street services does, this is what we do. I'm disappointed with the state government, our state government here, Governor Newsom, City of Los Angeles, Karen Bass. I'm disappointed especially with City Attorney Heidi Philstein Soto for trying to terminate this program under the grounds of Assembly Bill 5, AB 5, which we are exempt, and she should check into it. The City Council, please do your job. Look, for us, and be with us. Make awareness to Karen Bass on our behalf.
Well, what makes them all bad, Cali girl?
John Perez, John Ishmael Perez, Perez Trucking.
Thank you.
37 years in business.
And you all think that your landlord's bad now. Wait until the government's your landlord and tell me how the fuck you feel. Tell me when you're a couple days late, what they tell you.
And what you want to speak on.
Hello, my name is Floyd Hines, and I'm also one of the 93 owner-operators. Just want to say that our attorneys met with the city attorney office, and they were suggesting that maybe they could lobby together, get the city council to go up to the state assembly and maybe seek an exemption on our behalf. But we received a letter yesterday suggesting that the city council, that was untenable, right? Because the city council had already passed a resolution in support of AB 5. And we're just asking that the city council reconsider that support, because I'm sure it was an uninformed decision, as you can see the detriment of this law right now. And so there are two sections to the AB 5 law, 2775 and 2776. 2775 applies to the person doing business with the entity. 2776 applies to business entity. We are all business owners. We all have EINs. We all have bank accounts in our company names. We all have insurance in our company names. The only thing that makes us a 277 fall under the section 2775 is that the city forces us to do business with our social security numbers as opposed to our EIN numbers.
Thank you.
And
I mean, again, there's not every landlord's good, but not every landlord's bad. Tell me, put it in the chat room. What industry is everybody good? Doctors? All doctors good? All painters good? All nurses? All cops?
Thank you.
All
Without
lawyers?
objection, that'll be the
All
order.
landlords?
Hello, Speaker.
Let me know. All car detailers?
What you want to speak on?
Let me know.
Yes, my name is Mike Hernandez. Good morning.
Put it in the chat room. Show me what industry everybody's perfect.
Okay.
Hookers? No. Doubt it.
Heard everybody talking.
I just told you about how
Say
two
something.
killed
I
one
did
guy
some
the other night at
research,
Caesar's
and,
Palace.
We've been working for the city, at least the guys here for a good, some of the guys
Nothing,
have been 40
exactly.
years, some are 10, some are 5, some are 20. We've been doing the city a favor by working at a discounted
Not all
rate.
streamers, not all massage therapists.
We've been working cheaper than everybody on the outside that would come in to do the job. We're giving the city a discounted rate. If they get rid of us, they're going to have to pay more to do the same job we did. I have here just some paperwork saying that if they go into getting other brokers and stuff like that, or rent,
God's not an
leasing
industry.
trucks and stuff, it's going to be a lot more money than to pay us. And we want to know why Ms. Soto, the
Thanks,
city
D.
attorney, wants to get rid of us and terminate us.
I'm certainly not perfect.
And go with the, I mean, is there some corruption behind it? I mean, we don't know, but we just want answers. That's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, no way am I perfect. No way. No way a streamer's perfect. Nowhere anybody perfect in any industry.
I'd like to call Edward Gant, Elizabeth Ebo, Gary Arakelian,
And Mr.
Ian
Spindler.
Jameson, and J.C. Alfonso.
And Mr. Spindler, who's outside smoking a joint right
Your name
now,
was called.
getting
If you
ready.
want to speak, please come to
And
the
Mr. Spindler is
left
outside smoking a joint, getting ready.
And the clerks will
Come on, where's
or,
Mr.
excuse me,
Spindler?
The sergeants will let you into the
You
podium.
need the Spindler. Otters aren't an industry. I said industry. Comprehension.
Item or items of general comment did you want to speak
Comprehension.
on?
General public comment, please.
Please go ahead.
Sure. Yesterday, Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Michael P. Linfield handed down a ruling allowing Firefighters for Freedom lawsuit against the city over the vaccine mandate to go to trial. This will allow their attorneys to do discovery, and what discovery will doubtless unearth and be published in the mainstream press is that
True
the city
move.
knew that
Louis.
the vaccines did not prevent transmission or infection, knew that the firing of firefighters and police officers would significantly decrease public safety, and knew that the unconstitutional nature of the mandate would open up the city to significant liability. And what the emails will also probably unearth is that nobody cared about that because the federal government was making it rain. You guys are getting $1.28 billion under the American Rescue Plan Act, so who gives a shit about the constitutional rights of the over 50,000 people who work for the city, right? Right. Tracy Park, yesterday you reacted to the stabbing of a Venice bus driver by calling for adequate public safety resources for District 11. In February of this year, you voted to maintain the mandate under which 8 LAPD officers have been fired and countless others have lateraled out of the department. So frankly, you can shut the fuck up about pretending to give adequate resources to District 11 residents.
I love him. Watch him as he goes. Tell that bitch to shut the fuck up, that lying commie cunt.
If we could get the next.
I'd have told her the same thing when she asked me to bend over for that fucking shot. Here we are. Fucking almost 4 years, 4 years later, still telling you to fuck off.
We need the next speaker to
Take
come
that
to the podium.
poison,
and
shove it
begin.
in your asshole. Fucking commies. Telling me I need a bend. Oh, booger lady.
That we've been in the same deplorable conditions. We were in deplorable conditions with the first hotel through the Mayor Karen Bass's department. I'll need 3 minutes because I want to speak on all available items as well as general public.
That's right. I need
didn't
3
get
of
a
them.
chance to say my name.
So,
And you started this minutes
so
already.
hang on. Would you please remind
Don't
us
do me
of your?
like that.
Don't
We
do
were
me
here with
like
a brand new
that.
baby,
So-
and they put our stuff out in the middle of the night from the Genesee Center at a DV shelter. The location because I have my 76-year-old disabled mother come and help, and I have all of the text messages to prove that they knew that my mother was coming. They told me that all she needed to sign was a confidentiality agreement. My mother came in the first time she's ever been on a flight before in her life at 70-something years old to come and help me with coming home with 1 baby and not 2 because I was actually pregnant with 2 twins, my 3rd set of multiples, and all of the trauma that has taken place has caused a lot of strain on myself. I came home from having an emergency situation in the hospital, and the lady from Genesee Center laughed about the fact that I'm lying about having medical conditions when not only do I have a brand new baby and I haven't even healed from, and I shouldn't even have gotten out of the hospital as fast as I did, but I have a mother that's walking on a mobility device, and all of our stuff was thrown out in the middle of the night. So we've been completely displaced. My son is sitting here without a shirt on because we don't have any clothes. Our stuff has been going from place to place to place. When they're throwing us out, she paid for a hotel room for 5 days and told them to stop paying.
Speaker, this is obviously general public comment. Do you want to speak on the items, for example, the lien?
Absolutely. The $600 funds that was supposed to be allocated to families has been mishandled completely because I've been told that they've been lying and saying that I turned down houses. I've never turned down a thing. I have records to show all of that.
So, Speaker,
Yes.
that doesn't seem to be an agenda item, and you've
It is an
exhausted your
agenda
general
item.
public comment. So unless you...
Homelessness is an agenda item?
No. So unless you want to speak specifically on one of the liens or one of the other items on the agenda.
Those are all
we're gonna
the
have to-
agenda items.
I couldn't imagine that being my mom.
And the fact that those funds are allocated.
No.
And they gave 50
So,
immigrants
Speaker,
hotels at the
sorry about
at
that.
the,
You've exhausted your general
Hilton,
time, so we really need to move on to the next speaker. So thank you.
You're going to have to come back with the kids once
thank you.
again.
We're going to...
You should just live in there,
Was her
girl.
name called?
Just pitch a tent inside the hall there.
We're gonna. If her name is called, that's fine.
That's what I would do with all my kids. 3 sets of multiples. You heard that? 3. 3rd set of multiples.
Okay, so thank you very much. So we need to move on to the next speaker whose
need to
name
move
has been
on.
called. Okay.
Yeah, we need to move on. We don't care about you and your
What was the
27
next-
kids.
Who's the next speaker?
Octa-quintuplet mom. The kid has no shirt on. No, legit. The kid has no shirt on. You can see him. He's got no shirt on in there. Look
So the
Oh,
next speaker whose
man.
name was called.
I feel bad,
So
man.
I had called
For the
Gary
kids.
Arakelian, JC Alfonso.
Okay, so Speaker, I'm sorry, but at this point you're disrupting the meeting. We really need to move on to the next person whose name.
Mr. Sachs is on his way out now, too.
So. So, Speaker, there might be somebody from the mayor's office here to help you with this.
Yeah, right.
But we need to move
Sure.
on with public comment. We still have a lot of people in the room, and you had more than your time on general public comment.
Ooh, look at this. More. We gave you more than just enough. You can see the kid legit look, he's got no shirt on. Look at him. He's got no shirt. She wasn't lying. He's right there. He ain't got no shirt on. Shit, yeah.
Hi, Speaker. So if you'd please remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak on.
There goes
Yes.
Mr. Sachs.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the council. My name is Elizabeth Debo.
Look at all this shit.
I'm speaking on item number 24.
3 big-ass bags.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. So I am the administrator of the estate for the property in probate located at 824 West 52nd Street. The property was barricaded by a construction company in May of 2018.
I don't know, Al.
In February,
Probably.
on February 13, 2019, the department reported a vacant building left open to the public. The property continued to be barricaded by the same construction company, Buzz and Construction, for the next several years. Later, the department came and tore down the fence that has been on the property for several decades. They then sent me a bill for $11,509.99 for a fence, a 10-foot fence that my construction company installed. So I would like for the council to address this issue because I should not.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We're going to continue this item for 60 days.
That's
until
Mr.
someone
Harlan,
from
Cortland.
Council District 9
Not
can
Mr. Herman.
Work with you. If there's no objection, that'll be the order.
Mr. Harlan's the one that owns
Is
everything.
the deputy for CD9 available?
We're going to send someone to talk to you from CD8.
Bullshit.
Thank
you lie.
For the record, that is item 24, continued to August 22nd.
It looks like a trucker.
Hi, Speaker. If you would please remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak on.
On behalf of the As Needed Trucking Program and my 93 brothers out here and outside.
And by the way, if you lift the mic up a little bit, we'll hear you better. Thank you. So please go ahead.
Okay, my name is Art Soto, born and raised Boyle Heights. I've been in LA for quite a few years. Roosevelt High School, by the way. I'll say this, you guys all know Karen Bass? Well, she signed a directive yesterday to help small businesses. I'd like to know why she's not interested in helping us.
She don't give a fuck about
We've
you.
complied with each and every order city has put upon us. We've got law firms to help you guys understand about AB 5, spending our own money to make this happen. But your attorneys will not even hear it. They want nothing to do with it. We want to know why. We got payments already due from last month being out of work for a whole month now. Some of our payments go between $2,000 and $5,000, let alone insurance. That's $14,000 additional per year, which is more than $1,000. We got mortgage payments, we got car payments, we got insurance payments, we got families. I got grandkids, okay? We're going bankrupt, okay? What's the city gonna do? Where's Karen Bass? She's supposed to help us.
Thank you, Speaker.
Karen Bass sitting back,
Thank you.
doing nothing as she's done since every day since she's been in office this year.
Okay, next speaker.
Everyone telling you how awesome she is, how awesome she's
Hi,
doing.
Speaker, if you please remind us of the
But
name
we
you
know
signed up
why
under
they don't
and what you want
tell
to
you
speak
that.
on.
Sure. J.C. Alfonso under general comments.
Sure. The floor is yours. You have a minute.
Oh, Booger Lady's back.
Just wanted to say, on behalf of the 93 truckers that are here today, I'm one of them. We've been, I've been with the City of Los Angeles as a under this program for 12 years and have been doing trucking for about 37. I'm very disappointed today on how the city is handling this whole situation. They're disrupting the lives of 93 individuals plus their families. I don't think that the attorney, Heidi Soto, is handling this correctly. I don't think that they're giving this enough attention as far as looking into the AB 5 law. Under 2776, we are exempt and we should not be classified
as under the other Assembly Bill 2775. So we really are here to ask everyone to please look into this further, because we have been in this program for such a long time, and we do all the.
And I get what you're saying.
you.
You know, they should remember it when they vote, kind
Thank
of
you.
thing.
All right, that concludes.
You got to
our
remember,
in-person
guys,
public comment. We'll
there
now
is
go
no
to
opposition
virtual,
on the ballot when you
public
vote
comment.
here. There's no Republicans to vote for. There's nothing. It's either another Democrat or the same
speaker,
asshole
which
who's
item would you
already
like to
fucked
speak
you in
on?
your asshole. You pick. And that's why it is the way it is.
Hello. Hi, we can hear you. Which items would you like to
There's
speak
no
on?
other third party. There's nothing.
Which one is the one that?
No independent is winning. It ain't happening.
Sorry, I couldn't
This is
understand.
California.
About the what item?
It's blue as blue gets. That's why it's full shit. Every blue state.
About the item talked about. Okay, here we go. Number
Illinois,
54.
New York.
Okay. So please go ahead.
General public comment.
Sure.
54 general public comment.
Okay, you have a minute for each. Please go ahead.
That ain't just,
All right, thank you, sir.
by a mistake.
Okay, so we talk about gun violence awareness month. Let's talk about allowing like law-abiding.
We're not talking
citizens
about
right
for the
to
state,
carry
Devin. We're
concealed
talking about for
weapons.
the city
Like,
of Los Angeles, Devin.
Yesterday, I just saw on the news that
Or Divine One.
that
Divine One.
a
Sorry.
homeless guy stabbed a bus driver, and if there was a law-abiding citizen right there, that law-abiding citizen could have shot the homeless stabbing suspect, which that would have been much helpful instead of like taking guns away from law-abiding citizens. And I'd like to go to general public comment, please.
Sure, please go ahead.
I mean, we had Schwarzenegger. He was the Republican governor, but that was
see
like
that you guys,
15 years ago.
Are being sued by Keenan Anderson's family for $100 million. It's ridiculous amount of money that the city's being sued. And I'm urging the city not to settle the lawsuit. I'm urging the city to fight the lawsuit because it's Keenan Anderson's fault for causing his own death from ingesting cocaine. It doesn't make sense why the city's being sued for $100 million. So I'm urging the city to fight, fight the good fight to object to this $100 million lawsuit, because it's not fair for taxpayers who have to pay for someone else's death.
He
that
was
they caused
Mozart.
on their own. They did it to themselves, and that's what Keenan Anderson did. He did it to himself.
He was also a Democrat
And he
before
owns
him.
a sham organization
A Republican.
that is for profit, that wants to see more and more black people dying from gun violence so that they can make more money from their nonprofit, and they live a lavish lifestyle from other people's donations.
Yep.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
BLM. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Another frivolous lawsuit. $100 million Keenan's family's
caller, which
suing
item would you like to
LAPD.
speak on?
Okay? I'm always telling you guys about those lawsuits. Why don't they get the grappler, bro?
Caller with
we
the
got
last
that
four
in
digits,
Arkansas.
5245. Please press star 6
Arkansas
to
ain't
unmute.
getting sued for $100 million.
Speaker with the last digits 5240.
Could buy half of Arkansas for
Which
$100 million
items would
almost.
you like to speak on?
I'll speak on 1 to 47, 55, 54, please.
Great. So you have 3 minutes for those. Do you want a minute of general as well?
Yes, sir. Thank
Okay. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Pavel. Good morning, public. In relation to the items, the L.A. Sleazy Council is a criminally
I love you guys,
insane,
Nick. It's
corrupt
not that.
institution of organized crime. There are 80,000 homeless people in the streets, and this racist, corrupt politicians to prove it. Number 1 to 47, this is just a small example. This is a complete, total disgrace. These property liens are being instituted against the public. They're attacking minority truckers. They're giving billions of dollars to their corporate buddies and corporate criminals like Kuhn, Curran Price, corrupt Mark Ridley Thomas, and sleazy Marquise Dawson sitting there, which is a joke.
Good morning, Madam President. Madam President Pro Tem, by the way.
Madam Pro Tem.
These liens are nothing but an attack on the people. Why are all these items having to be
misgendered?
Continued. This is an attack on the people to take their properties along with the REAP program. Number 55, corrupt Marquise Dawson. Funding $400 funding for Juneteenth illumination. This is a joke. This is a criminal hypocrisy when this extremely short little round-haired boy, the next to be indicted, by the way, evicts the Black Community's Cultural Center, but he wants to give $400 for Juneteenth. Evicts the Ephiba Center, 20-year community cultural center, the Ephiba Center, but drops his pants and bends over to the Philippine and Korean cultural benefits and cultural centers. This motion is a hypocrisy coming from this next indictee, Dawson. Mark my word, we got your boy, along with Coon Curran Price and Mark the Pimp Ridley Thomas, who gave not one penny to the Black community's 20-year cultural center, not even the $400 in this motion. And Dawson evicts the Black Community's Cultural Center with Paul Pink-Faced Corcorian, Nithya Raman, who was head of what's his name? Anyway, Price, Bloomfield, racist Asian John Lee, Rodriguez, etc. There's a food desert in CD8, Marquise Dawson's area. Food apartheid. And this clown wants to give $400.
What up, TW?
$400 for culture.
You go to general.
Really?
Cortland? Yeah, Gray Davis was the governor, though. I'm talking about, like, here. No Republicans here. This is the city, not the state.
Marquise Dawson. What a joke. He said the other day, Black politicians are being hunted by racist prosecutors in relation to Coon, corrupt Curran Price, and Coon, pimp Mark Ridley Thomas. Well, yeah, they're being hunted because they're criminals. They're criminals. Marquise Dawson is next. We got you, boy. This little short, round-head boy. The Black community does not have any representation, and pink, petty, corrupt dictator Paul Krikorian installs.
Just so you know that.
What's her name? Heather Hutt. This is how racist and bigoted this council is, and attacking these minority truckers. Disgusting, disgraceful,
Thank you very
corrupt
much.
LA
Next speaker.
That is a black man that is speaking, just so we're clear.
Next caller.
Calls
Which
in every
items would
week.
you like to speak
His
on?
wife is the robot dog. They call in together.
General public comment, please, Madam Clerk.
Sure, please go ahead.
15, 12 hours.
Thank you,
That's
Dr.
crazy.
Pablo. Hi, I watched the interview with Alex Cohen from Spectrum News where Councilmember Marquise Harris Johnson talked about, quote unquote, being hunted. No one's hunting you, Mr. Johnson. City Council has been under city watch because of corruption, dark money, ethical violations, and perjury and corruption. And this is why we're keeping an eye on City Council because of this perjury, corruption, dark money. And as neighborhood council board members, we have to adhere to strict standards, ethics standards, training, and we're volunteers. We're not paid. So if neighborhood councils are told to abide by the rules, so should the city council, and you're paid. All of you are paid. So I understand how you feel, but it has nothing to do with being hunted down. We're just doing our job, keeping watch on city council. Thank you. I use the balance of my time, Dr. Pablo. Thank you.
Callie, it's too much to run the show and then have to go. I'd have to go in the other room or turn it down. Then
Next
you wouldn't
caller.
hear
And which
it.
items would you like to speak on?
Yeah.
And if I may please interrupt for a moment, there's been a request to continue 2 additional items. That's item 37
Yeah,
to
that's
August
too long,
4th,
DW, for me
and item
anyways.
44 to August 8th.
I'm trying to, dude,
Without
6
objection,
hours
that'll
is
be the
too
order.
long. Half that is too
Okay,
long.
so for the speaker on the phone, sorry for the interruption. Would you please remind us of what
That's
items
true.
you want to speak
Don't forget
on?
embezzlement.
Tell us which items you want to speak on.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can
We
hear
can
you.
hear you. What items or general public comment do you want to speak on?
All items and general comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for items 1
KDL
through
just walked
48,
in.
most of which are liens, and then items
There he
52
is.
through 57.
There's the
Please go
racist.
ahead.
Regarding liens, please remove all of them and extend them to the date, because a lot of folks didn't know they can come in here or didn't know that they had this opportunity to forego an extension. Having said this, how many of these owners have had their mortgages foregone during the moratorium? LA has one of the most liberal processes before liens get this far, with ample notices. However, the light seems to be turned on once the matter is at this stage. We heard, we just paid. We heard, we just met up with, and so, and did such and such. Los Angeles must start showing consequences. Until and when doing so, the lack of care by our owners continues. Obviously, placing these items on the agenda wake folks up. Please continue to do so. Gun violence, 534 victims in Los Angeles this year. Tragic. Truly tragic.
Tragic.
Gun violence has advocates, yet each of you profess, I trust, your case for crisis of human trafficking. Bakersfield Now, an article on May 26, 2017 by Katya Hall. Eyewitness News discovered fruit cart vendors around town are part of a labor trafficking network that originates in Los Angeles, end quote. April 19, 2021, LA Taco article by Hadley Tomita, writing Santa Monica carts run by mafia-style families, quote, Murcia, M-U-R-C-I-A, family gang oversees 30 to 50 push carts that arrive daily, end quote. NPR article,
End quote.
March 29, 2017, by Maria Godoy, G-O-D-O-Y, titled, quote, in U.S. restaurants, bars, and food trucks, modern slavery
Just
persists.
regurgitating.
Impact of food vendors run by few families is no secret to LA Council members. At minimum, stop professing caring for victims of gun violence and human trafficking. Just like stopping the fireworks as you have done so, you can end this as well. Thank you.
While she's busy gaslighting guns, I'd like to tell her that I'd say 99% of mass shootings that she loves to gaslight on and push so
This will
much
be our final caller.
have been stopped by guns.
Yeah, it's Eric Previn. I'd like to speak on the available items and also general public.
Eric Previn, let's
Okay,
go.
so you have 3 minutes, Mr. Previn, for items 1 through 48 and 52 through 57, followed by a minute of general. Please begin.
Okay, well, thank you, and I'd love to know the name of the other city attorney so that I could address him appropriately and look for his email when you're out with the head cold or wherever you've been. It's great to have you back. I want to thank the Mothers Against Gun Violence. What a force of nature this organization has been, and for that reason, I think it is appropriate. Ordinarily, I try to balance things and be fair to all the groups. So for $400, we light up the obelisk, and in this case, orange. I'm agreeable, but 3 nights is really they're so smart. They figured out that if we, nobody could really quibble because we don't want to bring the team in to take it down. I love it. I love what they're doing, and I really appreciate it. Banning those ghost guns, all the stuff that the city council have been so active, so very active. In fact, O'Farrell and Krikorian, despite the Studio City Neighborhood Council saying, what? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, went forward with an ordinance to scan people's affiliation so that even rank-and-file law enforcement who own guns had to fill out a special form if they had any affiliation with a gun organization, which, of course, is a horrible idea, though I understand people hate the NRA, but it cost us $500,000, and we have people all over the place who can't get into housing. And what the city council does is they stick Marquise Harris Dawson at the front and run off 44 liens against residents. What is this? I thought we buried this crap because it's a homeless crisis. You can't start hawking people about the fences in the wrong configuration. Give me $21,000. I mean, where are the progressives at this moment? Are they in the back having a little smorgasbord with the Filipino recognition. By the way, congratulations. 135 years is just since independence. And that independence has been hard fought. And that's why we all share the fight for liberty. And I really do appreciate that. That said, if somebody could see to it, among the great civil rights leaders gathered here today, to reinstall the idea of taking testimony from people who call in, because though the truckers have come down, and the truckers are going to get a moment from me too, because I support what they were promised, okay guys, they were told, get a green truck, be an independent contractor, serve the people of Los Angeles from the port and everywhere else. That's what they were promised. Now you come around and you say, now you're going to be a little employee for $30 an hour and you work for Heidi Feldstein Soto? Have you lost your mind?
Yes.
Now I understand it's a little bit, it's called an exemption, okay? That would be helpful. And I also have to say, as much as I respect the district attorney who has been in hibernation for the last 5 years, to perk up all of a sudden over stuff that we've known for a very long time raises questions about what in the world happened to Herb Wesson, the other kingpin from the brother kingpin from another mother, Jose Huizar. What happened? How did he manage to leave, poor Perm Price in this enforcement? I don't know what. I mean, the guy, if he has a conflict, it's very hard to understand with 15 votes all in the same thing. And what about Krikorian's conflict? And what about yesterday's conflict on the Barrington Arms? Isn't that an RSO? Everybody is so full of shit, it's unbelievable, Fauble. This is what we need to get control over. I want to
Thank
thank
you, Mr.
Dr.
Previn.
Truffaut.
Okay, Mr. President, so that was the last speaker.
It's true,
All right,
man.
uh,
Spit in the
thank you.
face
So
of
we're
the
taking public
trucker.
comment.
It does
So we're not
everything
gonna
for
close
you.
the
Brings you
phone line
everything
and
they
close,
need. Everything
public
they
comment.
use.
Madam
If I-
Clerk, what do we have before us? I think we have a few continuances.
Yes, one more continuation request for item number 15 to August 22nd.
Excellent. Without objection, that'll be the order.
Sleazy
What items may the
Marquise.
council
That's
vote
what he
on
was
at this
calling
time?
this dude.
So now
Sleazy
the council,
Marquise.
if they choose, may vote on items 52
Says he's
going to
be the next to be indicted.
All
Let's
right.
see.
Open the roll on those items.
Well, he was just
Close
indicted
the
last
roll.
week. Is he gonna
Tabulate the votes.
tattle on the rest of these clowns that he was hooked with? Bet
All right.
he will.
What's next?
Next are the lien items. I will just read out the items and the recommended,
why we watch it,
recommended
TW.
actions from the Building and Safety Department.
That's why I
Items
stream 'em.
3, 7,
And this was a tame
8,
show today.
17, 19,
No, Mr. Harlan?
21, 34, and 43 may be received and filed
didn't get
inasmuch as the
Mr.
liens have been
Spindler?
paid. The council may confirm the liens for the following items.
You get a lot of folks,
1
man.
through 2, 4 through 6, 9, 11 through 14, 16,
Signed up for all the
20,
fucking items we can speak
22
on,
through
sir.
Okay, so you have
23,
3 minutes, right?
And-
25
and
through
25 through
29,
28.
31
do you
through
wanna move on to the
33,
items or general public comment?
35
What do
through
you wanna do?
36,
I will
38
play,
through
not
40,
pass.
42, and 45 through 47. The remaining items have been continued.
Excellent. So, open the roll on those items. Close the roll.
Definitely a soap opera with
Tabulate
your
the vote.
the same characters, and just waiting for another one to get indicted or something good to
What's
happen. It's gonna explode in here
The
again.
council may want to go to
be
item
standing room
48,
only
call
like it was
special by
before.
Councilmember McCosker for an amendment.
Every news station in
Excellent. That
town
amendment has
in
been
there
read into
live,
the
shooting live
record
in the
already
chambers.
and been seconded. So we can
Dude,
open the
homeboy got
roll
a
on that
fresh
item.
ass Edgar going right here.
Close
You
the
can
roll,
see his Edgar.
tabulate
Hold
the
on.
vote.
He's kind of got a sweet Edgar. We're gonna
Excellent.
see here.
We have additional items that have been called
Hopefully
special.
they get him in shot.
Yes,
this guy
one
here.
last item is item 51, called special by Councilmember Blumenfield.
Call special for comments, Mr.
See, look at
Blumenthal?
him. Look at him. Oh yeah.
Wanted to bring this.
He got.
change
I
to the
don't
table.
know, bro.
Yes.
That's a pretty Edgar-esque.
Cheers.
It's damn close, son. That shit is a zero fade on the side, and there's a deep mushroom on top. It's just a fluffy mushroom.
Colleagues, as we confirm our new general manager for animal services, we had a great meeting the other day, really long discussion. This is I didn't want this to just go through the regular consent item. This is an important, they're all important departments, but as we know, Animal Services has had a lot of issues, to say the least, over the last couple of years. It is something that is very much in the public spotlight, and you've got some great ideas for moving us forward, and I wanted to give you a chance to
Is YouTube
talk
up?
to us for a
What the hell's
moment
going
about what you
YouTube
plan
go
to do
down?
with this department in the short term and the long term, because this is a department
See it
that
in the
is
chat
in
room
need
also,
of leadership.
that's-
So welcome, thank you again. I
Mhm.
appreciated our conversation, and I look forward to supporting your nomination. But I wanted to open the floor for you. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Council Member Blumenfield. Good morning, Council. Afternoon,
Yeah, I don't
maybe.
see
Is
YouTube
that
in the
what's
chat.
happening?
Fuck.
All right. Good morning, Council
man.
President Krikorian and honorable council members. First, I want to thank Chairwoman Hernandez and Council Member Lee for your thoughtful engagement in the Neighborhoods and Community Enrichment Committee earlier this week. I really look forward to
Sav?
working together
Let me see.
with all of the
Look on my
council
phone.
members as we build a 21st century model of animal welfare in Los Angeles.
Oh, it's on.
It is my extreme
Just
honor
on my
to be
side.
here with you today as you
Lost
consider
the
my
YouTube chat from
confirmation
Restream,
as
of
General
course.
Manager for Animal Services. For nearly 25 years, I have served my community in the field of animal welfare. First, as a volunteer, then as an animal care attendant, shelter supervisor, animal control manager,
You did miss all the
operations
fuckery,
manager,
Savage.
and director.
You came in
My work
perfectly
reflects who
in
I
time
am
to miss everything.
as an innovative, courageous, and compassionate person who has developed a track record of improving outcomes for animals, engaging the community to adopt a more caring and compassionate mindset, setting life-saving records, and developing, implementing, and successfully managing life-saving records in a municipal animal welfare shelter environment.
Municipalities.
I want to emphasize, though, that my experience has shown that this work cannot be done cannot be accomplished by one person alone. It takes the collective efforts of staff, volunteers, other animal welfare organizations, community partnerships to cultivate and prosper.
Yeah, I just can't see it on my side. I
together.
see it's up. I just
If confirmed
chat's
as general
down on
manager
my
from
side.
day one, I will bring
Fucking
all of
Restream,
my
man.
efforts to drawing together and
know why it does that,
refocusing
dude.
the work of nearly 370 employees, 1,800 active volunteers, and harness that synergy to realize the full potential of all of our resources. As your Animal Services General Manager, I will be transparent. I will be responsible. I will be supportive. And I will be fearless in carrying out my duties.
You lie.
I will also ensure our programs and services project kindness, safety, and compassion for the animals and the people that we serve, both inside and outside of our shelters. There are specific areas within animal services that need fundamental change.
Where's Stinks at?
I will work tirelessly to address
Stinks,
them.
I'm dropping you off over
I
there
also
with her.
know that the best way to ensure that positive change is both effective and lasting is to take the necessary time to understand the tireless work of those who are already on the ground and include their experience in real solutions. My top priorities will be confronting our animal overcrowding crisis. And of course, the animal welfare issues that persist.
Oh, yeah, they're listening
because
now.
of them. I'll also make it a top priority
When they talk
to address
or they
the
have
lack of
someone to come
affordable
in to
access
talk,
to
they'll
care,
listen.
especially spaying
Because they don't want to seem too much of like, I guess, a
Under
super
my leadership,
asshole
we
that they
can
really are. They're probably not
realize a
listening.
vision
They're
for the
looking
city
at
of
you, but they're
Los
not
Angeles as the
listening,
most
not
humane
focusing
city in
on
the
what you're
nation.
talking about.
Through partnership with the expert staff, volunteers, committed animal welfare organizations, and passionate and supportive elected officials like you who care deeply about animal services. Thank you for the opportunity to speak in front of you today and for your time and consideration. I truly
Doesn't he
am
look in the
honored
middle so
by the
interested?
prospect
Look at
of
him in the
serving
middle.
as,
He's the new
the
president
next
pro
general
tem.
manager for animal services of the city of Los Angeles.
He looks interested to be there.
Excellent. Thank you and congratulations. Look forward to visiting Chesterfield Animal Shelter with you in the very, very near future. Anything else, Mr. Bloomfield?
I can't go to no animal shelters,
All right.
man. Because I want to take them all
Urges
home.
an aye vote. We'll open the roll on this
I
item.
feel bad for them, leaving them.
Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Excellent.
Oh, shit. Look who just walked in.
Madam Clerk, what's next on the agenda?
Look who just walked in. Of course, they changed the camera angle.
They are posted and referred.
Fucking Mr. Herman back there.
All right.
Paging Mr.
Members, any
Herman.
announcements? Ms. Rahman.
Thank you so much for giving me some time. I have two sad announcements today, which is that two members of my team who have been with me since the beginning of my time here, so almost 2.5 years. Today is their last day, so I'd like to just invite Sue and Lee and Josh Mooney here. And I just wanted to say a few words about them. Sue, I met Sue when I hired her, and I think this was one of her first jobs. Is that right? It was one of her very first full-time jobs, and what a trial by fire it was. It was so tough in our initial days. This city is really complicated, and all the new members can attest to how complex it is to get anything done here. You need a map, and there was nobody in the building because it was still COVID, and no one to show us how things worked. We had to find out ourselves. We were very, very lonely then, and we had so many urgent needs from the community because we were coming in during the peak of the worst surge that we had had here in Los Angeles. Sue met
Mr.
this
Herman
moment,
over there, look at him.
despite its
See his head.
challenges, with so much warmth, empathy, and grace, and she worked her
course they
hardest
changed the camera
to
angle.
ensure that our constituents were able to access what they needed during this incredibly stressful time. After redistricting, she changed her role to now be a small business liaison for Council District 4, and she has personally walked our major thoroughfares and commercial
That's the way you honor
boulevards
'em.
and met with so
Put Mr.
many
Herman in
business
the background
owners,
with a swastika
and she has
on.
created such lasting relationships with them that our
Jesus.
team has seen that these business owners have taped her business card to their desk so that they can call on her for all of the various needs that they have in Los Angeles. It was thanks to her work that we were able to put through a Jedi zone in Reseda after we moved into that region post-redistricting. It was through her work that we were able to put forward funds for commercial renters who wanted legal support to be able to mediate with their landlords so that they could figure out a way to pay off some of their COVID-related rent debt. And that was all thanks to work that she did in the community and really understanding what people needed in Council District 4. I'm really excited to share that she is now taking this experience that she's had in our office and is going to be serving the entire city because she's going to be doing that same work and more for our esteemed mayor. So I want to thank Sue for all the work that she's done and really
Esteemed
recognize
mayor.
the spirit of
our
love
lazy mayor?
and partnership and lifting people up that she's brought to the city of Los Angeles and particularly to the residents of
Ain't
Council
done
District
shit, Mayor. Maybe Sue will get in there and help the mayor and get something done.
Also, she has the cutest baby. You should look her up on Instagram. I also wanted to take this moment.
Where's
to
my
say
smoking
goodbye
scan plaque?
To Josh Nooney, who is very familiar to everyone in this
Fuck's
room,
it at?
who is my legislative director. When Josh first started in this role 2.5 years ago, we operated in a horseshoe, which felt very different from how it feels right now. So, and it's thanks to you that so much has changed. There was so much hostility in these chambers, and some of it was directly aimed at me and what I was hoping to get done here. And yet, legislatively, we have been able to get a lot done despite that hostility. And most of that came about because of Josh Nooney's tenacity, and I am so deeply going to miss that tenacity going forward. This council passed landmark legislation on building decarbonization. We
April
passed
20th
landmark
should be
legislation
SNS Day.
increasing tenant protections post-COVID, and we are now on our way to putting in a ballot measure on independent redistricting and potentially expanding this body. All of this is groundbreaking stuff that we did in part
Groundbreaking.
because Josh sat on the phone with all of your staffs and many other people, as well as so many community
Sat on the
members,
phone and did
labor
all that hard
partners,
work.
and others to put this legislation together and to make it happen. And I am really, really going to miss being able to rely on his intelligence
Hysterical.
and his hard work in our office. Josh also has many other talents, possibly only the
Besides
only
working
legislative
the
director
phones?
to also moonlight as a magician.
Oh, so he's a
And Councilmember
magician.
Hernandez, who's not here right now, I think
Makes
was
money
willing to take
disappear.
so many meetings in our office because every time she came in, she wouldn't leave until he had done a trick for her. And last week, I learned that he had another skill. He played a jig on a tiny little flute that he produced from his jacket pocket. So, Josh, what more do you have up your sleeve? Josh is on to bigger and better things. He's starting a civil rights law firm of his own. And as soon as the one-year block period is over, I look forward to getting closed session briefings on cases that he's going to be filing against the
He's
city
a
of Los Angeles.
flute-playing magician,
because
yes.
his work on transforming this city to be a better, more just place doesn't stop today. He will continue doing that through his entire life. So thank you, Josh.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rahman, and congratulations to your team members. Other announcements, Mr. Soto Martinez.
Thank you so much, Council President. I'm going to follow up the two sad announcements with two happy announcements. The first one, I'd like to announce that we're going to have the Hollywood Carnival Parade in CD 13 tomorrow on Hollywood Boulevard. It'll go from Van Ness to Highland, and it'll be from 11 a.m. to the afternoon.
It's like 6 blocks.
This parade and festival is a celebration of culture and diversity, especially of
6-block
Caribbean
parade?
cultures here in the city. I will be there with Council President Pro Tem, Marquise Harris Dawson. I hope folks can come out and have some fun. Secondly, this Sunday, there will be a festival and parade in historic Filipino town celebrating the 125th anniversary of Philippine Independence. Folks are encouraged to join at FACLA's headquarters, which is located at 1740 West Temple. It'll go from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And obviously, we got to celebrate the Philippine community, and so I hope folks can join us this Sunday. Thank you so much.
All parades should be on
Thank you,
Figueroa.
Mr. Soto Martinez. Ms. Yaroslavsky.
Quick announcement.
Lakers
we're gonna
did theirs
push
on
back,
Figueroa, but not
E&E
next to the Staples Center.
to start at 1:15.
That way they wouldn't get shot.
Mr. Council President Krikorian.
Thank you, Mr. President. Rules Committee today will begin at 1:30 instead of 1 o'clock.
Thank you. And Mr. De Leon.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Colleagues, yesterday in Skid Row, but adjacent to Skid Row in the Flower District, there was a major fire off San Pedro Street and 7th.
Oh, he caused
There
by
were
the homeless
approximately
encampment?
50 individuals, residents, employees, as well as patrons who were safely evacuated thanks to the swift and courageous action of our Los Angeles City Fire Department. These brave men and women arrived on the scene within minutes of the initial 911 call. There were nearly 150 firefighters yesterday on the scene at the peak of the fire. The fire appears to have started on the exterior, that what's called a Charlie side or rear of the building fire, and quickly swept into the first floor of the structure, totally destroying at least 3 businesses. However, the residents on the second floor were safely removed without serious injury. I want to give a very special thank you to the brave men and women of the fire stations number 9, as well as which is in Skid Row, and fire station number 10, which is right behind us on Olive Street, and plus all the surrounding fire stations that came quickly to the Flower District for their professionalism suppressing the fire that could have easily resulted in the tragic loss of life. I also want to give a very special thank you to my staff members, Christopher Antonelli, Adriana Velasquez, Roberto Perez, Jennifer Barazas, as well as Sarah Flaherty and Eva Camacho. They stayed, when I arrived at the scene, they stayed throughout, as well as throughout the night into early wee mornings of the hour. My staff connected them to the American Red Cross to ensure that families for the families that could not return to their units and had a safe place to stay. We put a good chunk of them adjacent over in the CD1 area near MacArthur Park, where we had to purchase the hotel rooms that we were scrambling as much as we could last night. I do want to finally give a very special thank you to Estela Lopez and her team at the Downtown Industrial Bid. She opened up her offices where we took all the residents last night. They bought pizza, water as well, and also the fashion district bid as well, because the industrial bid is not open 24 hours.
The deviled cheese and
After a certain period of time, we had to take everyone else, and the fashion district opened up their conference room where we took all the families there as well, provide them again food while we waited for the Red Cross. I can tell you this: if this fire had taken place in any other city, and I spoke to several firefighters.
Yes,
when
that
I
is
had
Eric
the
Estrada.
opportunity, moments after they extinguished, to actually go up the stairs. They allowed me to go up there and inspect the whole place myself too. Had this been at any other city, and maybe some folks in other places may take umbrage to this, and I was told this by themselves, that whole building would have been consumed and would have collapsed altogether. But because of the special training,
You didn't
of the
see
men and
John
women of our LA
standing
Fire
right
Department,
behind him.
They did an incredible, heroic job. There were 6 hook and ladders out there. There must have been like 15 to 20 engines out there. Again, 150 firefighters. This is the first time I actually been on the scene. It looked like out of the movies yesterday to see.
No, he's not the fire inspector. He's the fire marshal, my friend.
We did have one individual I was with, who was 7 months pregnant, who we paramedics took her to the hospital because she was feeling pains. We don't know.
No, he's a
dropped
councilman.
because of the anxiety and the panic.
Just
that
trying
was
to
happening
gaslight the
there. But I
situation
just
for
wanna,
you that you
again,
already
just thank
saw
the
on the news
firefighters and my staff who did
40 hours
Thank you
ago.
very much, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, Mr. De Leon.
Because it's in his district, so you know he has to do a little
for adjourning motions.
little rubbing in and make sure you know about it, kind of thing.
Any adjourning motions
He
to
is
my
the racist,
left?
pretending that he
Adjourning
cares.
motions to my right. All right. I have an adjourning motion. I'm asking that we all adjourn today in the memory of 103-year-old mother of South Los Angeles, Mrs. Catherine Chansey.
Rest in peace, Catherine. You made it
this,
103.
Jesus
Jesus Christ, Catherine. You've seen a whole century plus.
A community mother and a neighborhood mother.
Holy shit.
Her, along with my grandmother and Miss Scott and Miss Thomas and a whole bunch of other women
Talk about
that
living a
lived
long
in the
life.
community, took care
Sheesh.
of almost everything that happened in the neighborhood. Miss Chauncey was a dedicated member of Victory Baptist Church, where she eventually became a worker there. She was a missionary, a prayer warrior. She fed and cared for the homeless, the blind, the sick, the afflicted, people coming home from prison, people who may have lost a family member to a tragedy. She opened up her back patio, and she would refer to her back patio as King Solomon's Mine. And anything anybody in the neighborhood needed, they could go to her backyard when it was open. Food, clothes, water, counseling, a hug, or whatever you could get.
Why did it take a
on
month
Miss
for them to
Chauncey's,
get to her
patio.
eulogy?
She began a children's prayer bank and a children's choir and worked to help people in the neighborhood travel across the world, especially to Israel. Once she received her missionary's license, she actually would take people to the Jordan River so they could be baptized in the Jordan River. She did several missions to send food and clothes to the continent of Africa, and Miss Chauncey did this for as long as she possibly could, and we lost her earlier this year and celebrated her life, her 103 years here on planet Earth, in our community, in our neighborhood. And so we ask this council to adjourn in a joyful way for the life and service of Miss Catherine Chauncey. All right. Thank you all so much. We are adjourned.
Well, I guess that's it, guys. They're done for the day. I mean, I gotta say that, look, I gotta be honest really quickly. I think with Marquise, because he doesn't know how to do what he's doing right there. He's new booty to it. It's like his third meeting to where he's president pro temp, right? Let's go to the elbow room. Oh, let's see what's going on. Let me refresh it though. I don't think that's live. Is it live? I think it is. No? There, that's live. Yeah, that's live. Go see what the elbow room bar is doing, son. Or we can see what a beautiful day it is in San Diego Bay. Let's go take a look at the bay. But yeah, I think that, he ends up, if you notice, we got a whole lot of talkers in the room, a whole lot of speakers. And, I don't know, a decent amount of callers. There might not have been that many in the queue. I don't know, So, in that respect, I think it was good. We got a few of the regs. We miss Mr. Spindler. We miss Mr. Harlan. I can give you a Mr. Harlan rant to make you guys feel good. That way, you feel like you saw him.
That's my fucking property. Who in the hell?
Mr. Harlan, don't shout into the microphone. Mr. Harlan.
Mr. Harlan, please.
So, Mr. Harlan, you were disrupting the meeting. You're hurting the translators. You either stop shouting or you're going to end your public comment right now.
You guys need to be fired.
Mr. Harlan, please.
Ah, shit, yeah, man. Fucking love him.
Who in the fuck do you guys think you are?
That's the best. See, I could even use that one on you guys. Fuck's wrong with you guys?
Who in the fuck do you guys think you are?
I can use it on everybody. I love it, man. Johnny G, we got it all.
Oh, hi, I'm Donald Harlan. I'd like to speak on agenda items number 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 26, and a general comment.
The fuck happened, Paul? You pink-skinned bitch? What happened? That's right, Paul Martin Krukurin, you racist pink-skinned Nazi pig motherfucker.
Ah, shit, yeah, man. It's just gold.
What the fuck is going on? Good morning, Arnold Sachs. I'm only going to speak on public comment and item number 26.
That's how it works. All right, guys. I'm out of here for now. We got us a good meeting in this morning. Who knows? Maybe we'll get us another chase like we did yesterday before the show. But if not, we do have a show tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So let me get off. I'm going to hop off now. So do my eBay and all that crap and take care of that stuff. And then, yeah, we'll be on later, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight if you want to join us. Hopefully you do. Understand if you don't. Either way, I want everybody to have a fantastic Friday. Thank you for joining me early on. And I guess that's it. I'll see you guys in a few hours. Be good and keep those notifications on in case there is a chase.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
Good day.
Hasta la vista, baby.